Hello, everyone, and welcome to Day 2 of the Ocotillo Onslaught 2021, which is a 32-man, 5-round GT for Warhammer 40,000, brought to you from Glendale, Arizona. Today, for our programming, we're going to have 2 rounds for you, and it's going to be the top 2 tables of the tournament, which currently are Daniel Olivas playing Dark Eldar, who's a regular, one of the high-performing members of Smite Club, and a newer member of Smite Club, Donovan Salo, who is going to be playing Dark Angels. If you would like to follow along with the tournament, you can get out your phone and find the Best Coast Pairings app, find the Ocotillo Onslaught, and you'll be able to find lists there. Before we go over to the players who are getting ready to deploy, let's just talk for a moment about the lists. Again, you can follow along on your own smart device. Daniel, playing Dark Eldar Drukhari, has a fairly typical Drukhari list. So there's a Fight Last Archon, Drazar with 15 Incubi, about 5 Raiders, a bunch of Witches. A couple of things Daniel's doing differently than maybe your typical meta Drukhari list. So there's no Chronos, which have become popular as a sort of a resilient bully unit. So those aren't there. And there's quite a there's not as many Hellions as probably. Let me double check the list. He used to be running. Yeah, I don't see Hellions in the current list. Instead, what Dan has used those points for is he's put Grizzly trophies on pretty much all of his vehicles and Phantasm grenades anywhere that he can get him. And Dan's army has a lot of leadership debuffs to make the Fight Last powers off of the Incubi and Drazar more effective, and to make the Phantasm grenades more effective as well. So you hit with a Phantasm grenade, and you have to roll on leadership or take mortal wounds. And that's a trick inbuilt into Dan's army. So that's where some of he's got a little bit fewer of maybe the top meta choices and some more points invested into leadership tricks, which may or may not be particularly useful against Donovan's Dark Angels. So if you flip over to Donovan's list, it's pretty small. There's not a lot here because some of the things are quite expensive. So Donovan's going to have a lieutenant, a chaplain on a bike, 2 units of multi-melta attack bikes, actually quite a few bikes, 2 outrider units, which are just great points efficient bikes. In a second detachment, Deathwing detachment, he's going to have Azrael and Ezekiel. A Deathwing command squad. It looks like just 2 Terminators, an Apothecary, and then where a big chunk of his points is in just a really, really fat Terminator squad, where everybody has a combi weapon and lightning claws. So Dan's army is going to have this Donovan's army is going to have this very, very resilient Terminator unit to bully areas of the board and try and kill things, backed up with characters like the Apothecary who can bring people back and are going to buff them to make them even more resilient. And that unit is going to be, we'll see, Dark Eldar are kind of a glass cannon. They have insane killing power. It'll be interesting to see whether Dan tries to go headlong and kill that unit, or whether Dan just plays evasive and plays around it and just plays to the mission and tries to limit its usefulness. So, with that, I'm going to turn it over to the players for deployment, and they are about to get started.
Are you guys doing battle stats? I'll load it up on my phone and you can use my phone.
Oh, yeah, you want to use your phone? Yeah, that's fine. That'd be cool. Alright. Let's see. The missions with the ones at the end of your command phase, right? So that might not be good for me. The end of each of your command phase, for 3 breaks points to control the object marker and your opponents, 2 for each one in the center. Command phase, yeah, not end of your turn. Yeah. People mess that up a lot. Yeah. Alright, so let's see here. So unless you have a way to go out into the table turn 1, so you can actually get it. I do, okay, just in case you don't remember bikes, right? I can do that with 1 unit, one bike, a Raven Wing unit technically, so I could do it with them, but I won't. It'll be a 17-inch move. I'm not allowed to advance as far as I do. Yeah, usually not. Okay, because Aaron was like advancing his guys, and I was like, if it says normal move, then you can. He was like, it's part of a normal move. I was like, I don't think so. Yeah, but however you want.
the mechanical one says the same thing, and they're definitely.
Yeah. Okay. Well, this one is. All right. So my Terminators and bike units, but not attack bikes, are obsec naturally because of the detachments that they're in.
Yeah.
Okay. I just didn't know if you remembered that.
Yep. Yeah. Raven Wing bikes get it.
Yeah.
And then
Terminators in a Vanguard.
Whatever, because they're Deathwing or whatever.
Yeah.
Yep.
And they're fearless, right? Yeah. But they have to beat their leadership on 2d6 to fall back, or do
No, they have to roll under.
Okay. But it is modifiable. So
Yes. Yeah. Should be.
So I think I'll do. I don't know, assassinate. Right? You have like 5 characters.
I have 6 actually.
So assassinate. You got the 2 guys. You got an apothecary. You got a
Azrael, Ezekiel, and then there's Chaplain. The Chaplain has the relic that you can't take better than 5 up impulse.
Yeah, your impulse becomes a 5 up. That's my impulse most of all. We'll go her against you.
That's not good. At least that's at the end of my turn, though. At least once.
So Matt, are you ready?
You want us to? Are you going to put everything in the phone for us, or you want us to do it?
So I've set up your names, and
Are these all 1 point, the Raider?
Yeah, I only give up 7 points. The only killing one I give up is assassinate for 13.
Oh, okay. Most of your characters are melee, too, right?
Yeah, sort of.
Kind of.
What?
Yeah, maybe I can start with
8.
Hey, Donovan.
I have 7 command points.
It's at the end of the battle round. You can put secondaries on in here. What mission are we playing? Battle lines?
Do you have any sniper type units?
No. Not units. I have abilities to like this stuff.
Oh, okay. Like, guys get around targeting?
Yes.
Oh,
You can put secondaries on here, and then just keep track of the score, and it'll feed into the.
Okay. Am I me or am I opponent? Did you put it?
You're you.
Okay.
Alright, just gotta pick one more here.
Yeah. That's right. What are your secondaries, Don?
So far, I have Assassinate to the left, which is going to be Talon Masters and Terminators. Then, I'm not sure if I want to play that game of Stubborn Defiance at all. I'm trying to think of how that's going to work.
Yeah, I mean, if you think you can keep him out.
I mean, I can keep him out. I mean, he's going to die when he comes in.
Yeah.
First time. I'll
That's
make sure
exactly
that's
what
gonna
happens.
happen.
Yeah.
But it's when you do that.
so I've put up what the deployment zones are for this mission, and you can see, you'll be able to see as the players go through and start setting things up. It might not look exactly perfect because the there's some like perspective, issues when you look at a camera from top down, but it'll be close enough that you can get the idea. So the mission objectives, right? So the players are playing at battle lines. The objectives are here, and then here. So this is interesting and potentially hard for Dan. He's going to have one home objective where he can probably hide units, here, or on this other side it will actually be hard. There's maybe an angle right over here where he can get a unit on it that's fairly well hidden. The other thing is these objectives, this is going to be the harder issue. These objectives here are mostly out in the open, so they're you can be in the forest and be on them, which will help against shooting. But Donovan's list, isn't particularly shooty, at least not at long range. There's a lot of combi weapons and a lot of bolter fire within, say, 24 inches. There's not a lot of long range and not a lot of long range anti-tank. So that'll mean, you know, raiders would be pretty safe on either of these home objectives. I don't think Donovan's going to have anything to knock the raider, kill the raider, and then kill the units inside. Right? That'll be tough. How Dan comes out to contest and start claiming these middle objectives, you know, without his units just dying to Donovan's super tough stuff. We'll see. That's gonna be the trick for Dan if he can do that.
So would it be 16 up then?
So,
Okay. I already told you no reserves, right?
no what?
No reserves for me.
Yeah. Okay. And I went over my reserves. Do you need me to go over them again?
No, you just have the dudes
one
and
squad,
venoms, and then the.
And everything else is in the transport. It's already Archon, basically. All right, you ready?
Yeah, sure.
My drop first.
Yep.
Homunculus Venom.
Alright. That's real down. Thanks.
I'll get you with it.
Okay.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
If it's over here, I'll get you.
I got you.
Venom with Cavlex.
Chaplain.
Trueborn.
Ezekiel.
Razor's boat.
Bodyguard.
Which is
Apothecary.
This is the Incubi Witch Boat.
Are these unstable, or can you stand on top of this?
No, they're crates. You can go on top of them. Yeah.
Scalable.
Yeah, scalable.
Okay. Pretty tough to get. Is that guy actually there?
Yep.
Over there? Okay.
This is what we refer to as bait. Down?
Yep. Alright, bike's down.
I'm down.
Okay.
I'm done.
Oh, you're done? Okay. Sounds good.
It's all you, sir.
Guy with the golden helm, Arbiter's Gates guy, other guy right aboard.
Okay.
So. Alright, I'm done here. Or no, I forgot about these because I said everything was on the board.
You probably don't want him dead.
I don't. trace these different ways so you know what squads they're in. Okay. Here's my roll for first. Alright, you win. Yep. Good luck, Dan.
Good luck to you, sir.
All right, everybody. So we just had the first turn roll. Dan is going to go first. Just quickly summarizing what happened here in deployment. Donovan's army is pretty much centralized here on his home objective. It looks like the Terminators are deployed right here up front. Outriders are making a second row, backed up by a couple of speeders, speeder, and then what we have are his Ravenwing bikes, and then there's a little unit of 3 Ravenwing bikes hiding behind this building. Dan split up his deployment, so we've got a Venom and a Raider back here hiding behind the hill. A Venom up here. I did not hear, but presumably there's guys inside there, right? So if this Venom breaks, it'll land on the objective. And then the bulk of his army is up here behind this building. You can see 3 Raiders up there. One of them's already moved, so there were 4 back here. So Dan got the first turn, and I'm gonna kick it back over to the players for round 1.
Walk by this thing 100 times after I said it and kick it down.
All good.
Because that's exactly what I'm going to do, probably. This corner.
What were your secondaries, by the way?
Assassinate, Herd the Prey, and Rot.
Okay, can you tell me how herd works again?
So starting turn 2, at the end of my turn, for every table quarter you don't have a unit wholly within, I get 2 victory points.
Oh.
So,
Maybe I should have reserved some stuff.
I mean, it happens at the end of my turn, so you could make me turn around and kill something, basically.
Yeah, right. I mean, you're fast enough, but it would just be easier than trying to run through you. You know what I mean?
Right?
Yeah.
Gotcha.
Sure, Dan, you'll play him on the big table. Play me on it, though.
Yeah, not where I wanted to be playing Dan, but
Hey,
it is what it is.
we play the gifts are given. Archon
Yeah.
advance.
A brisk jog.
I call that
Through the winter.
I call that the meander roll. All right, so that's movement. So let's start shooting.
Let's do it.
So we're gonna put Lance into the bikes, the 3-man bike squad, I think.
All right.
And they all have a 4 bimble right now because of Azrael, right?
Yes, that's correct. And I got feel no pain.
Yeah. 6 up.
Yep.
All right, so I don't know which squad I shoot. So we'll shoot this boat first, the Lance.
Sure.
That's 5. And not a 1. We'll CP CP reroll that.
Okay.
Not a 1. Do I keep the CP?
Oh,
I do not.
okay.
Alright, Lancefield. So
You get it off of mine too.
anytime a CP is spent, yeah, only up to 1 a battle round.
Gotcha.
So we'll go the Trueborn next, which is just lance and poison into that squad. Oh yeah, so it should be. So hits, wounds.
No good.
No save, or
No,
you save?
I did not save it. I got a
Alright,
3.
so D3 plus 3 for 5.
Ah, so close. You got one.
Well, I can only get 1 with that. Poison. 2s. Rerolling 1 for Cabal. And foes. So it looks like 6 saves.
Nothing.
No rend, yeah. Whatever their saves are.
I fail 1. Here's that. I feel no pain. No good. Take 1 more.
This boat will shoot next. So Lance. Hits. Wounds. Mine's 4.
Got it.
And then the true bomb board will shoot. Lance. Hits. T5.
Yes.
Does a wound.
Okay.
And then this boat. Lance. Hits. Wounds.
No good.
2 plus 3 for 4.
Just enough.
Just enough.
Yeah.
Making all your 6-ups.
Not enough.
All right, it's my turn, sir.
Okay.
All right, so that was top of turn 1. It went pretty fast, not a whole lot of action. Mostly Dan just moved, so he left this bottom center objective empty. He did not move onto it. What he has is a raider back here with, I believe, witches inside of it that could come up and counter assault. He went hard on this top flank here. There's Drazar and all of his incubi are up in this area. So he made a big push from this top corner. Again, he didn't put a ton on the objective. There's only 1 raider on the objective itself, but all of the rest of this army, which is being mostly blocked by this building, is in a position to countercharge anything that Donovan sends up this way. So with that, we're going to go back to Donovan for the bottom of turn 1.
No obsec, and obviously nothing here.
The witches are offset.
But yeah, as long as I don't kill the boat.
Yeah,
good.
correct.
Okay.
Yep, 100%.
These are going to advance to here. I'm going to space these out this way. A little bit of a wall. And you give Chapter Master reroll out. Guess I'll give it to, since I didn't get the +1 to hit, guess I'll give it to these guys. I'll probably be shooting a lot. Alright, let's do some moving. Just to get them all in range. I need to get to out here so I can see this one. Not much of a move. I'm basically gonna shift this way so that I have line of sight. Oh no, that's the one that has witches in it. Correct. You need to hit this one without trying to see this one. That's how I do it. So you need to shift these guys up this way so that I'm in range and can only see your that one. Sure. So it's gonna get to basically that guy. So they need to all be at that guy or higher.
Yeah, I mean your front 2 guys can see this boat for sure.
Okay.
So
I'll move those back.
it's gonna be really. I don't think you're gonna be able to get the whole unit
Okay.
to do that, but
It's okay. If some have
Really up to
to,
you.
I'll not take a minus. Like that's fine.
I mean they're both -1 here right now because they're both in forest. So
Right. Oh, I meant the plus for my wounding.
plus to wound.
Yeah. I need to leave a hole for these guys to zip through. Guess this one guy could resurrect. I should probably do that, but I need Stranglehold this turn, so who's gonna get that? Just gonna get that for us.
And quickly, I apologize. I realized I was having issues with my telestrating tool. So the telestration wasn't coming up earlier as I was talking. That should be corrected now. And you'll be able to actually see what I'm marking up. Just quick apologies for that.
19. Alright, so they can get there. Just need to not kill that. Let's see. You can't get out and then disembark, right? And charge. You have to.
No, on your turn?
No. Like on your turn, you can't move and then disembark after you move.
No. Only on a deep strike can I do that.
Gotcha. Okay.
Yeah.
So I think I will do that with this unit. Just barely tow these in. They did advance, so they cannot charge you.
Good. Can they shoot?
Yes, they can, but it's -1. It's just a special Ravenwood thing. Okay. Yeah. So it's at -1.
Yeah, but you already had last one.
Yeah. Already at a -1. 4. I can get multiple guys in here. So I have to get up here. They have 17-inch movement on my first turn. I should be able to do it without advancing. Oh yeah, I forgot about that too. I guess I could have some start going that way. What's in this one?
10 witches.
10 witches, okay. That one's okay to shoot at. Let's see, this one can get to back of the base, 10 inches plus 7. Which easily has 24 that way. Okay, so for this one, back of the base, 5 inches to get to here. And another 12 inches. 12. So basically there. That's going to be short, unless it's that one, which I don't want to kill. Okay.
I think you should.
So I'm probably going to have to advance the back one, but not the first one. Oh, actually, no, I'm taking -1 anyway, because of these damn forests.
Yeah, you're taking
I might as well. Yeah, I might as well advance that one. Alright.
There's enough room for him to get by your other bikes?
Here? Yeah, there should be. They're pretty small. So with that in mind, if I was already getting here, I don't think I can get into super melt range though. Back of this guy, 10 inches, so it would be plus 13 basically. So it's not going to be super melta either way. But I'll take the melta at max range at least. 24, I only need to go here. So I could already get to here with a 17-inch move. I'm not going to do that. I'm going to go less than that and just take the -1.
Which you were taking either way.
Yeah, it's true. I just don't want to be too close for when the witches get out to charge.
Sure. I gotcha.
They might still get there, but
they can advance and charge on my turn too.
Right. So getting out. What's their movement? Is there any way to auto advance and do you ignore this? The forest penalty?
No, there's no movement penalty on forests. Craters, difficult ground.
Oh, forests aren't difficult? Really? I've been playing that wrong the whole time. Then.
Craters are difficult ground, and whatever the obstacles are, but not forests.
I did not know that.
Yeah.
Okay.
I'll double check that.
Okay. Yeah, sure.
Is that in chapter approved?
I thought it was just a regular terrain rule, so.
I don't really want to look through my chapter. Oh, here we go, train features. I knew there was one in chapter. Of course, it doesn't have forest, it just has area terrain.
Oh yeah, maybe if they're. Yeah, I'm not sure.
Normal rules for movement. It just says normal rules for movement.
Okay, then.
I don't think it has difficult ground, but
I did not know that.
Look at the packet and see if he assigned difficult ground to that.
Because honestly, it's whatever the TO just assigned it keyword-wise, right?
Yeah.
I don't know.
Phase, I'll bring back this gentleman over here.
It doesn't actually say in the packet. So I think you just, if it's area train, it's normal.
All right. Transport.
Guess that should have been something we asked for.
I'm going to cast Aversion on this vehicle. I don't need line of sight.
Because that would technically, if it was -2, then these guys couldn't have got there because they'd be back 2 inches.
Oh, yeah, that's true.
However you want, so it's going to hurt and help you, so you decide.
I mean, I would go with whatever the actual rule is.
I think it's
if
not
I was
-2.
if I was just wrong, then
Yeah. Craters are -2 because they're difficult ground.
So he does get a +1 because it's in Terramancy, so that happens this vehicle. If you get near me, -1 attack. If not, just -1 to hit rolls.
Okay.
That's just all I could cast.
Okay.
All right. We're going to go into the shooting phase now. We're going to shoot over here with these guys. All their shots. Here's the multi-meltas first, taking a -1. Rerolling once for Azrael. Okay. And to wound. Only need 3s. Rerolling once for Lieutenant. Good.
That's this one over
Yes.
here?
Yes.
5s. I'm good.
Oh, shit. Not great. Not great.
I either roll good or no.
Reroll once. And probably need 5s.
Yeah, T6.
3.
No rent on these, right?
Not yet. 4. We're not in tactical yet.
Take 2. He's down to 8.
Okay. These guys advanced, so they're going to take a -1 anyway. You are within 24. They're all going to shoot their shots here. 1, 2.
Full shots all the time because they're by green.
Yep, that's correct. Okay. That's pretty good. 1, 2, 3, 4. 4 wounds.
4. Takes 2 more. He's down to 6.
Okay.
Walk around.
That's my laziness hurting my play. I'm like, I'll just ignore the side of the table that I don't want to walk to. There's an objective over there on a 4-objective map. It doesn't matter.
Only one of these is in range. So the other one will shoot at, I guess, the Drazar boat.
Sure. Is this the Arbiter's Gaze one or is this
No, this is the Outriders in the back. They have 30 inch range.
Okay.
So going that way, -1. Reroll once. Nope. 1 hit. Does not work. The other one going this way. Reroll once. 2 hits. Nope. Okay. Chaplain's guns go in the same direction. He does not reroll his character. Nope. Alright, Plasma's out of range. Okay. These 2 multi-meltas. So we might need line of sight on this. I was thinking if I can get to the Trueborn boat as well, but I don't know about the lip of that. So maybe not?
Yeah, it looks like not.
Okay, because I assume we count this as infinite?
I think so.
Base? Okay. So we'll shoot at the Drazar boat.
Okay.
Here's the multi-meltas first.
So hitting on 4s.
Yeah.
Rerolling 1s. No. No 1s.
That's pretty bad. The Meltas didn't do anything this turn.
I feel like playing Aaron and his attack bikes, his Meltas never do any work at all.
Well,
ever.
so I keep bringing less.
They're swingy. They're swingy,
They're
right?
swingy. There's too few dice. They're like my lances.
Yeah.
Like sometimes my lances do work, sometimes
1
don't.
from bolters.
4 up. Good. Wasted in won't save them.
Well, alright, so let's shoot this Talon Master next. Use the Arbiter's Gaze one.
Okay.
He's going to shoot Heavy Bolter into this one and Assault Cannon into this one. Actually, I think I need to do all of them into that one. Alright, so everything into this one.
Into Drazar's boat?
Yeah.
Okay.
Here's the Heavy Bolter.
Okay.
Always hits on 2s.
Sure. And this one ignores cover too, right?
Yes.
Yeah, Arbiter's Gaze.
Yep. 3.
5 up strikes, it's Ren 1 at least. Make 1.
2 damage apiece.
So he's down to 6.
3, 6, 9, 12. 10. And strength 6, need 4.
Yeah, if it's Ren 1, it's the same because I have a 4 up, 5 up. So any Ren puts me on my end.
Okay. So this time we have 6.
With at least 1 Ren, right? So 5 ups.
All these are -2.
So I make 2, so I fail 4. Are these single damage or 2 damage?
These are just 1.
So down to 2.
Down to 2. Okay. Alright, I'm gonna try to finish that
Can
off.
you see my dice rolls, Matt?
As well as we're going to.
You want me
Yeah.
to, I can switch to pip dice. You want me to switch to pip
I forgot to bring the giant blue dice. Yeah.
Azrael's shots in the same boat. This one will be the plasma, this pinkish one.
Okay.
He hits my slot.
Sure.
They both wound.
They both have Rend?
They both do. Yes.
So which
and they're
one?
both 2 damage. They're both
Okay,
2 damage.
so 5s.
Yep.
So I make 1, so he's dead.
Okay.
Does he blow?
Alright.
He does not.
Okay.
11 guys inside.
Sure.
What do you have left to shoot?
I have a Talon Master, all the Terminators, these 3 bikes at -1.
So 2 guys die. And that's blue and black. Take 1 from each.
I just changed it.
Razor, get out.
You're OBSEC, so that doesn't matter.
All the Terminators you said can shoot.
Yep. And 1 Talon Master. And those 3 bikes. This Talon Master is going to shoot. They're 2 wounds apiece as well, right?
No, just the sergeant.
Oh, really?
Single wounds except for the sergeant.
Gotcha.
They have 3 up armor. They do get the cover save right now, and for 1 CP, I can double their cover save. So I can put them down to a 1 up armor.
So 4s are also light cover?
Yeah.
Really?
The area train, yeah.
Okay, yeah, I'm way off on the train. Okay. Alright.
For beast swarms and
Infantry. I mean, that's how it would be if it gets light cover.
that's what it said in the packet.
Okay, alright, so it's a packet thing. Okay.
Yeah, he just doesn't specifically call out forest. He just calls out area train.
Alright, shooting.
Or in the chapter.
How much? Is this wounded at all?
No.
No? Okay.
You haven't shot it. Well, you haven't.
I think I did, but
that was the Meltas that whiffed.
Yeah. All my meltas were.
So that guy's wounded. Nothing else.
Okay. What's this guy down to? 6, it looks like. So not likely that would kill that. I think I need to. Oh, did one of these guys die?
Yeah, 2 guys died.
Gotcha.
1 from
Okay.
each squad.
Gotcha.
Yep.
All right.
I could have taken. Probably should have taken 2 from that squad.
I guess I'll do assault cannon, and I'm gonna try the heavy bolter here, just to.
Assault cannon's Ren 2.
Yes.
So 3 of us are worth an extra.
I'll just roll this first, if that's okay.
So I'll spend 1 CP.
Okay.
Yeah. Do I keep it? I do.
Okay, so spent, but I gained. So they have a 1 up save now.
Okay. I'm gonna shoot this guy first.
Sure. This guy's not the guy that always hits on 2s.
Right. 2 wounds. -2.
5 ups. I make 1. Takes 2 damage. Can you just spin him down 2?
Yeah, sure.
Thank you. So 4 now.
Yep. Into the incubi there. -1. Wound. Strength 6, so.
2s. Yeah.
Okay.
How many?
That is 7. Minus 2.
So back to 3 ups. That didn't matter.
Okay.
Yeah, either did.
All right.
Jesus Christ. That was a waste of a CP.
Finally rolled bad.
It didn't cost me.
Appreciate you.
It actually didn't cost me a CP, so that's fine.
All right. So, as many as can see, I think this guy might be able to see. This guy. It's gonna be close. I'm gonna shoot at the next Incubus squad. Sure. Do you have any? Actually, I don't think the last guy can see, unless you have a bit that's sticking out that I don't know.
No, I turned him the other way on purpose. Yeah, yeah. I learned my lesson on that.
So the only other thing I can see with that guy is basically, I think that ship. So I'll take the shots there.
Okay.
All right. Here's the ones going that way.
Yep.
Reroll. Actually, yeah, no. Reroll once, then 6. Good. 2 wounds, -1.
5s? Nope. Down to 8. These are bolters?
Well, remember, they're both rifles. Remember,
Oh,
Primaris
both
have the better ones.
Oh, those guys are Primaris bikers?
Yeah.
Nice. Cool.
Yeah. It's the first time I'm trying them.
All humans look the same to me, dude.
Reroll 1s. Talon Masters. Nice. These are only strength 4, though. Okay. Looks like 6 at -1.
Onto the Incubi?
Yes.
So I have to take the first guy and cover.
Sure.
So he's back to a 3 up. He dies. Okay. And then 5 more. See if I can just keep rolling 2s. So I saved 2. So 4 wounds total. So that leaves the sergeant on 1 wound.
Okay.
1, 2, 3, 4. Yep.
So is it just the sergeant left,
Just
or
the sergeant on 1 wound. Yep.
okay? Cool. All right. Other shots. I'm almost done here. Just got all these Terminators. Probably not gonna take advantage of the +1 because I don't want to kill this thing.
I think you should.
Yeah. Is that not screened?
He's not now, yeah.
Okay. I'm gonna try to burst that invul. It's the Archon, right?
Yeah, I don't have to take his invul until
Oh, okay, fair enough.
have to,
Well,
but-
but I mean, or you could die.
There's a 4 up armor. Yeah, but I take 1 at a time.
Gotcha. So let's see what's within 24 of him. Nothing except for the heavy cannons.
Okay, that's fine.
But the heavy cannons could actually damage this a little bit because strength 7. Okay, what else is within 24? Anything else? So it's more of a line of sight thing. So I think it's at least to here, if not better. Because of your fin right there.
Whatever you say. I'm not. My back hurts. I'm not gonna bend down to do
1,
that.
2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 6 guys. So those 6 will shoot there, and then the heavy cannons. Actually, I wonder if I can see that last sergeant guy with a cannon. I don't think so. That's Gradar.
It is great.
Alright, so 7 are gonna go into this boat, and then the heavy cannons are gonna go into that Archon. See if I get lucky. Here's the Archon. I remember they have chapter mastery rolls.
I think they're still -1 though, right?
Yeah. So I'm just gonna reroll all these, basically, which is a lot of miss. A little bit better. 2s, rerolling 1s. All right, that's
And
5.
what's the damage?
-3.
Oh, so
1 damage. It's
So
just 1 damage.
so I have to take the invul. So
Okay.
first one, good. Second one, good. How many? 5. Third one, good. Fourth one, good. Fifth one, good.
Damn.
5, right?
Yeah, it was 5. Yep. Unlucky. So 6 guys.
Yeah, I mean
1, 2, 3.
statistically, you had like a 50% chance of me failing one early.
6.
But you probably wouldn't kill him. I mean, you could. You don't know, right? And what are these shooting at?
It's at the boat.
True one boat?
Yeah.
Good.
So I think I don't know if that's a minus for these. I don't think I have
Yeah, the question is, would I have played?
Oh, go ahead. Yeah, I have,
think I
remember, I have
would've made it.
chapter master.
Yeah.
But up to you. If not, I'm
How
gonna
many
reroll
bolter
it.
shots is it?
It is 6 times 4. So
Yeah, that's fine. Go ahead.
Okay. I'm gonna reroll these misses. Alright. And I need 5. So you're not the closest target. Oh shit, you might have been the closest for some of them. Because I positioned them exactly that way. That's unfortunate. Alright.
I don't know.
Yeah, it's my fault. Alright. Still a decent number. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. 11 wounds.
That's not decent. That's amazing. So 4s. So 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay. Down to 6.
Alright, I have no charges. I'm going to turn it over to you.
Alrighty.
So you got
A stranglehold
All right, so that's going to be their scoring at the bottom of round 1. Let's real quick talk about what happened. So it's a fairly good shooting phase for Donovan. Like I said, Donovan doesn't have a ton of super long range stuff, but you know, around the 24-inch mark, he has an incredible amount of firepower between multi-meltos and bolters and everything. So the mission forces Dan to move hard on this side, and that puts him, you know, within range of like this entire massive death blob of stuff. So what ended up happening is Dan lost a raider. Out of the raider, some incubi bailed out. They were killed. Some other incubi bailed out here. They were killed. So Dan on the bottom of 1 is down a raider, down 10 incubi, and these these other raiders, just miscellaneous wounds, are going around to these other raiders as well, which is not great. Also on the primary, beginning round 2, it looks like Donovan contested this objective, right? So he had an outrider bike that could make it, and Dan did not move on to the other center objective turn 1. So the primary points for Dan turn 1 should just be 5 for his home objective. And then we're gonna go see, you know, how Dan reacts starting into his turn 2.
So just the homunculus left in that boat. He's still top tier, so I'm worried about him. They're going to 10 to 2 to give it that boat. And they're 4 wounds apiece?
Yes, that's correct.
Because they're primary spikes? That's actually pretty good.
Yeah.
But they don't have any minus.
They're more expensive
Do
than
they have any minus damage or anything like that?
No.
You can transhuman them though?
I can. That's why they're better.
Yeah.
They're more expensive than a Terminator.
Well, they're fast, dude.
Yeah.
For Dark Angels, I feel like they might work. I guess I'd have to look at them
This
versus
is literally my first time using
regular
them.
Outriders. That I don't know.
This is my first time ever using them, but it was good and bad back. I get to go first.
So 12 wounds total, and this is Primaris also?
No.
Oh, that one's
Those
very
are firstborn bikes.
Okay.
They tiny.
They're 3 wounds apiece.
Yes, that's correct.
And cannot be transferred.
Yes.
So I should probably do my score first. So I held 1, right?
Yes, at the start of your turn.
Alright, so what's that? That's it. Let's go. So Dre's our old man. I don't know what he's gonna do yet. He's gonna do something. Nothing else is gonna give out. Yeah, single incubile advance. Single Clayvex technically.
Oh, did he need morale by chance?
Can't
Oh, he doesn't? Okay.
I don't think. I'll have to look.
Okay.
leadership?
I have no idea.
9 because he's Blackheart. Does he get the +1 leadership? The Incubi squads? Either 8 or 9 anyway, naturally, with the Clayvex.
With the 1, you definitely doesn't matter.
Yeah. I'll figure it out after.
No, it's totally fine.
And I can't remember, can your Terminators heroic?
No. I wish the bodyguard could, like the Celestins.
Yeah.
No good.
That would be rad.
Yeah, I would. Then I would take a bigger squad of them.
Right.
So these witches are going to advance. +2 movement. So we're going to shoot at attack bikes for this turn.
Is there any way for you to ignore to hit modifiers?
The Trueborn don't care about it.
Oh.
They always hit on 2s, like your Arbiter's Gaze, except for not in Overwatch. There is a difference.
Can you buy multiple squads of them?
So you can, but you'd have to use multiple detachments. You have to upgrade your Archon
That's a cap
to the fancy Archon that allows you to buy Trueborn. So you could technically do 3 Trueborn squads, do 3 patrols, I guess. I think it's per detachment. You can upgrade an Archon to Fancy Pants Archon. I don't remember what it's called.
They all have to be different. They all have to be different cabals, right? So there's not 3 good cabals.
Yeah, because it's like a unique thing in the Cabal, right, or something weird.
You can have 1 Trueborn per upgraded Archon per cabal.
Per Cabal, right? Yeah. So you had to take a Blackheart of whatever and a whatever. So you could have 3 Trueborn squads, but they wouldn't be obviously all of them would be Blackheart, which would be just a big pain in the freaking butt, I think. So I don't know why you would do that. So we're just killing bikes, so we don't really care. Into that. 9 for my 1. Do I bring my shredders in this turn? I think I'll save the shredders. We'll save the shredders. The scourges will stay off. Okay. All right. So let's go on to shooting. So let's go. Actually, I'm gonna roll for. I want to. No, I don't. All right, shooting. So we'll start with. That boat will shoot into the attack bikes. Can it see both sets, or can it only see one?
It can, because you peeked around the corner.
Okay, so order doesn't really matter. Okay. So we'll start with the attack bikes on that side.
Sure.
I'm just gonna work this way. Okay. So the lance, Cabal reroll, hits for a 3 probably. So inmol. Strength 8. E3 plus 3 for 6. Alright, got one. Phantasm grenade launcher for 2 shots. 3. And no modifier, so I gotta roll high. Oh. I think this squad has just a -1, but nobody else. I don't think I'm within 3 of that other. Oh, maybe those other bikes.
So how does it work? You have to be within how?
So within 6 for a -1.
6, okay.
And within 3 for an additional -2. And that boat's empty. Those witches are going to throw a grenade and do all their shooting into the bike squad that's just right in front of them. Okay. So grenade. 4 shots.
It's assault.
They didn't advance.
Oh, they didn't? Okay.
3s. No, they got +2 movement, so 13 inches getting out.
Okay.
So 3 hits. And those are T5, I'm assuming?
The bikes?
Yeah. So 1 at Ren 1.
4. I'm good.
So 3 no rend.
Oh my god. Okay. Is that all the
No,
shots?
Phantasm. Okay. But these are mortals. 3s, 1 hit. And this one you are at -2, it looks like. Didn't matter. So yeah, that's
So
it.
here's my feel no pain. Is this on the bike squad?
Yeah. Okay. The squad's train.
No good. Lose a leg.
Those are all single ones, yeah. All right, so that's them and them. So let's go to we'll go to the guys inside this one first. So we're gonna go Phantasm into this squad, Blaster into the other squad, and then Poison into the other squad. So Blaster into the one. This is a 1-man, right?
Yes.
So Blaster into the 1-man, looking for 3. Try again, please, Cabal. Nope. Phantasm, or sorry, Poison into that single guy. 3s. 4s. 1, no rend.
Is this on this bike?
Yeah.
Good.
And then Phantasm Grenade Launcher into the other bike squad that's at -1 for 1 shot, looking for a 3. No, already used my reach. The Venom itself, how many wounds on that single attack bike?
It has 4.
4 left, so we'll just put everything into it. So heavy poison first, so 3s and 4s. So those are all Ren 1, 2 damage apiece.
Save 1, so that's going to be 4 damage. Save one of these, and I don't.
So he's dead. So the regular poison wasted. So go to the boat that's -1 from your deal. Okay. He will shoot into the attack bike, the 2-man attack bikes, everything. So the lance hit on a 4 because of -1. And on a 3, I'm assuming. So invul. Good. And then Phantasm. 3 shots. Hitting on 4s because it's -1. He has not used his Cabal reroll yet. So 3 hits. And then, so at -1, I don't think a 7 does it. A 12 definitely does. And an 11 definitely does. So 2 more. Yep.
6s. Nope.
And then the witches inside will shoot. They advance, so they're at -1. All they can shoot is their Phantasm Grenade Launcher for 2 shots. Look at the 4s, 1 hit. Gotta beat something. 9 probably does it at -1.
So am I allowed to use, it says for leadership check, I can use the chaplain. Does that not
you
apply
can.
here?
I think you
He's-
can.
he's
As long as they're
leadership 9.
eligible. Are they core or whatever?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So he's leadership 9, does that
Needed
matter?
a 10. Yeah.
Okay.
Which I did on the other 2,
Oh, you-
11 and a 12.
Okay, gotcha.
Yeah. That's why I didn't ask for. I know you're not leadership 11 or 12.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah. No, and the -1 wouldn't apply to the chaplain. So, let's go onto the Trueborn boat, I guess. Let's do this boat first. So this boat's gonna shoot here.
Do cherubs count as part of the unit for devs? Like, could I get a buff from a cherub? Basically,
I don't think so.
Hits. Doesn't wound, I'll CP reroll that. Does wound. And do I keep the CP because it's in the battle round? I don't.
This is a Dark Lance?
Yep.
No good. I think I'm going to reroll that.
Okay. Do I steal from you? I don't.
Good.
And then Phantasm. 2 shots. Looking for 3s. And then gotta beat a 9, so I need a 10. Definitely doesn't do it. Doesn't. So let's go to the Trueborn. And they're just gonna put, I think, everything into that squad. So Lance, 2s, 3s, no. Blasters, 2s, 3s, 1, -4.
Good.
We'll do the Phantasm. Actually, twos, haven't used that reroll yet. 4s. So just 4 normal saves.
Poison.
Yep, poison.
4 normal 3s. Fail 1.
Phantasm. 2 shots. 2s. Gonna be to 9. No. It's gonna be to 9. So the Trueborn Bolt will shoot the same squad, I think. Yeah. So Lance hits.
You're at minus.
No, this is the true.
Oh, okay.
I did the minus on that.
Okay.
One. Yeah. Doesn't work. Okay. And then Phantasm for 3 shots. Threes. Hasn't used his reroll yet. So 3 hits, but looking to be a 9. No. 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 It's somewhere down there. All right, so do I fire and fade this guy? Yeah, I'm gonna spend the 2 to fire and fade. Do I steal? I don't. And then let's go to charges. So the boat's gonna charge your bikes. Okay. No Overwatch. 9. And then this is your chaplain?
Yes.
And that's your apothecary.
Yes.
And this guy has the no better than a 5 up.
No, it's the
This
champion.
guy?
Yeah.
But he's a beast in combat. Right?
It's not bad.
The witch is into the same squad. Assuming an 8 gets me in.
Yeah, it should.
Over here, this boat's gonna go into these guys first.
That's fine.
6. Incubi are gonna go. 8.
How many attacks do they have a piece?
So the regular guys have 3 attacks apiece, and then the other guy can do 4 or 6, depending on. Do they get their inmo in close combat?
No.
So it'll be 16 attacks, hitting on 2s, wounded on 3s, I believe. So your strength 5, and the T5. Oh, so wounded on 3s if they're within 6 degrees.
Alright, so 16. And what's the minus on that?
-2 or -3 or -4, depending on if I roll 6s or not. And then he'll go. And then Drazar will go. So Drazar's gonna die. You better kill something. And then this boat's gonna go into Wolf.
Okay, here I'm going to Overwatch.
Go ahead. Do I steal? And then I'm gonna vec that, so the next time you Overwatch, it's 2 sealed.
So what do you actually go down by? Because you got it back just now, right?
Yeah, I just stole one, so I go back up. So I'm back up to 5, and I have you at 6.
So am I allowed to do it this time?
Yeah, no, this time it's normal, but if you Overwatch again, it costs an additional
so
CP.
It doesn't just cancel it anymore?
No, they got rid of that. That's additional.
Here's the Meltus.
Sure.
Nothing.
Okay.
Then crappy shots. Okay.
That's fine. All right, and I think that's it. I guess we can try to long bomb with the boat into these guys. Nope. Didn't even get off the building. All right, so are your Primaris are probably your Killius guys?
Yeah, for sure.
Okay, so we'll start with the red squad then.
If I have 8 CP, I might transhuman to see if I can mess up your pile-ins.
14.
I'm gonna transhuman for 1.
Make sure I get these right. So you're spending another one for transhuman?
Yeah.
Yeah, so they'll be either -3 or -4 with strength 5.
There'll be 2 or 3 damage apiece. All right. So 2s, you're rolling 1s for the Archon.
I forgot to charge with. And then 4s because you transfer them. So 4s and 6s matter. So these are -4.
Which guy is this?
This is the red squad.
Okay.
So these are -4, 3 damage.
Jesus Christ.
And these are -3, 2 damage.
All right, so -3, 2 damage. 1, 2, 3, 6. Okay, 6. Well, that was a waste.
Yeah, they were gonna die anyway. So
I was hoping it would take longer, and then I could remove one and get out.
sure. That's why I put Trezor where he is.
Yeah.
So he's within 4 of them.
Well, I was hoping you'd kill like 1 or 2, and then I can leave. See what I'm saying?
Oh, yeah, after the fight.
Yeah, and you, right.
Yeah.
No, I interrupt and then swing and leave.
Oh, okay.
You see what I'm saying? It'd be the only way to get them out.
Okay, fair enough. I think red's actually going to stay where they are.
I will activate the boat. And we'll swing this way. Red's blocking that.
Black gets to activate, but black's not going to do anything.
Even here, maybe?
I don't know what to do with him. And then obviously you can interrupt because there was nothing to interrupt here, right? So
Yeah.
like that's why I did all that. But obviously you can interrupt over here if you want into the witches or the boat.
Yeah, I might, because I think it looks like I can get out if I go this way. You don't pile in any more than.
I still get to activate. I charge. Yeah.
No, I understand that, but I mean as far as they don't come in more than 3, right?
So I can spend 2 CP to fight with them twice. Yeah. So I can go 6, 9.
Okay.
Yeah, and still engage.
Let me think about this, because I can only move 14 hours. I have to move. So when you fall back, you're allowed to. Are you? No, not unless you emergency, right?
Yeah, you can't like move through my models. Yeah.
So 4 to get to the back of him. No, 3 to get to the back of him to here, and then I can move 10 out here. And then you said you can go twice.
I'd go 6, and then I could activate for 2 CP again, which would be 9, and then fight, and then another 3.
Okay.
But it would cost me 2 CP to do that.
Gotcha. So I think I'm past the 9 here. But you move up to 9 and then fight?
Yeah, I'll get. If I spend the CP, I'd have 9 inches of movement before I would then do my.
You have
next
to go
fight.
towards closest, right?
Just
Which
have to
would be
end
him?
closer, so I'd have to swing a little bit.
Okay.
Yeah.
I might be able to make it out. Do they have a thing where I can't leave if you?
Yeah.
Oh,
If you
okay.
choose to fall back, you got it. We roll off, and I'm at +1.
Okay, I'm not.
So you could spend that and then not go anywhere.
Yeah, I'm good on
not
that.
doing that.
All right.
I forgot about that.
Okay.
Yeah.
So
41 attacks. They're T5, so I'm winning on 5s. I think I should be good. There's only 2 here left. All right, so this is the first 20.
Okay.
2s.
5s and 6s matter. Three Ren 2 and 2. 3 Ren 2, 3 Ren 1 for the first 20. So 3 and 3.
2. Here's the 2s. 3 ren 3. Okay, I saved 2 of those. So these would be feel no pains. Are they 1 damage apiece?
All this is one damage.
So far, you've killed 1 bike.
And then 1 more Ren 2. I think that was it. 1 more Ren 2, 4 more Ren 1, and then the last one. Nothing. So 4 more Ren 1, 1 more Ren 2.
4 more ren 1.
This is the special one. 2s.
Oh, that's good.
5s.
And then 3 at Ren 3 for 1 damage.
Okay. I've only done the 4 ren 1 so far.
Okay, so you have a Ren 2 and then 3 at Ren 3.
Okay, here's ren 2. No. And 3 at ren 3. No, I gotta make 2 of these. I don't. They're dead.
Yeah. So I'll spend 1 CP to give them a 4
For the rest of the game.
till my next command phase, I believe. Okay. Just for it's for your next shooting phase.
Yeah. Sounds good.
And then we will pile into that guy.
Just so that now they have 4 up against shooting as well. Something like that. Do that.
Yeah.
Do you want to interrupt?
No.
So he'll just stay with it. And then the Venom. 3 attacks on your bikes. 2 hits. Cox, 2 hits. And then strength 5, so probably 4, so 1 at random.
Okay. Good.
You just go this way. Not engage your Terminators, obviously.
Okay.
So fight away, sir.
All right. Here's the bikes. 0 ones. 2 wounds. 0 ones. Nothing. And is that everything? Oh, the chaplain. Strength 6, sorry, T3? Yeah. Alright, 3?
Yeah, 4 of us. So, 3 girls die. Hopefully I do better than that later.
I'm trying to think of how this works for getting out those bikes. Oh, I can just move backwards. Never mind.
So remember, the chaplain's gonna have to win a roll off to fall back.
No. I'm talking about these bikes.
Oh yeah, if you move right back.
Yeah.
No problem.
All right.
So you hold 1.
Yes. Just like it.
All right, so that was the top of 2, and just kind of recapping what happened here. So Dan killed Outriders up here. Let me double check and make sure that telestration is working. It'll take a moment here. Sorry for the dead air, but I really want to make sure that it's working properly. Yeah, I apologize. For some reason, the illustration is bugging out. I want to make sure. There we go. It should be functioning now. Okay. So Dan killed Outriders up here. He killed just bikes down here. And his shooting killed a unit of attack bikes. So on the turn, Dan didn't net a ton of casualties, but what he did was he took field position. So he's blocked up this moving lane here with witches, which have touched his chaplain, his bike chaplain. He's kind of move blocking here with the raider and these crates, which are going to make it impossible for this big death blob to march this way. And behind there, he's got Drazar. There's an Archon up here in this area. His Trueborn are here, and then this boat is still full of witches. So Dan took a pretty aggressive field position, and he's got on the primary. He's going to hold Donovan to only 5 points this turn to match Dan's 5. So on the primary, they're even at the moment, but it's set Dan up to get larger primary scores the next couple of turns, right? We'll see. Here's the problem, though. We'll see how long it takes for Donovan to fight out of this. A lot of his killing potential is still there, especially now that Dan is in range to be countercharged. And so, Dark Eldar are fragile, and they die quickly. So if Dan can keep slowing Donovan down for a couple of turns without just his army evaporating, then he'll win. I'm curious myself as a Dark Eldar player. This feels to me like precarious positioning, or I should say at least very aggressive positioning for Dan. But let's see. I'm going to turn it back over to the players for the bottom of 2.
this way. These have an invul right now, and I might not be able to retreat.
Yeah, it's roll off.
I don't
roll
lose
off.
anything by trying though, right?
No, no.
Okay, all right.
It's roll off and ties go to me, basically.
Okay, understood.
So if I roll 6, you can't get out, obviously, but I've won that roll one time. So, and it was with a succubus, not with witches. So I won it on a flat roll off. I have not yet won it on a +1.
That's crazy.
Well, sometimes you just don't do so good.
Yeah. Still need some over here.
Picking us up okay, Matt? I'm not cussing.
You're good.
All right. Really? That's pretty good.
It's good and bad. It's picking up.
Like ambient.
Yeah, we need.
Like a separate room or curtain. That's why they curtain off those areas a lot of times.
We're learning.
Yeah, you got it.
Is this full wounds, this one?
Yep. Yeah, this one's wounded and that one's wounded. Sorry.
You're good.
Just assume you're going to cast on something different.
These have 5 wounds?
6 wounds.
6 wounds.
-1 to hit, 5 up invul, 4 up armor. And then there's 5 guys inside.
Alright, let's do our roll off for this, because that's going to matter for the rest of my movement.
You win? Told you.
Cool. He's moving here. Charge and get onto that. Charge, swing into that.
And he can or can't shoot and charge.
Huh? No.
No.
Neither. I'm not spending for either of those to happen.
Okay.
I just want him to not die on my turn.
Sure.
Just in case.
Yeah, I got you.
Alright, so these don't have to. This doesn't keep me in, right?
No,
These can
just witches.
go this way.
Yeah,
Okay.
just wherever they can fit. You know?
Yeah. So these would have to go first. What's in here? Maybe I can surround it too.
5 cap lights.
Okay.
I measure from the hole, remember?
Okay.
Go
So
up.
space out a little bit.
When I can go up.
Oh, okay. Fair enough.
I don't think you're going to be able to get the other side.
Gotcha.
Not without advancing. Because they only move, what, 4? 5?
5. Yep. That's right.
So. You might be able to get it on the charge. Is that what you're talking about?
Huh?
You might be able to surround it on the charge.
Maybe. No, not on the charge. I need to get to this for the charge. What do I want to do? So I'll pay 1 to fall back and shoot with a bike unit. This unit.
You can't be within an inch of it with your turn.
Yeah, I don't think I. Oh, sorry. Yeah, here I
You're
are.
way too close.
Bad.
Should be a little pinchy because you can't move within an inch of it either. So I'm not sure that guy could have got. Certainly he couldn't have got all the way out.
Yeah, let's put him back. This way then. Here, I'll put this guy back here.
Yeah.
Put him here. Is that cool? Let's see. So if they went this way. Okay. Cool. Into the phase, I'll heal this and bring this back. Make this easier to do.
Sure. You're within whatever it is you have to be within 3. How close do you have to be to heal?
Yeah, right here.
Is he within 3?
Yeah.
Okay.
Alright, so that's that. And now we go on to the psychic phase. I've positioned it so we're hitting this thing. So here is Trepanation. That's good. Close.
I think it's close enough that I'm.
I mean, I'll push it forward. That was obviously the 10 to resurrect. Anyway, does 10 beat your leadership on the Venom?
Yeah.
So
Leadership.
you take 3 mortals if so.
Is he? Oh, he's not Blackheart. So yeah, for sure.
Okay, so here's the Smite after that.
Blackheart gets +1.
It is a Super Smite. So that'll be another 3. So that's
Stead. Does it blow? It does not. 5 guys inside. One guy dies.
That's just Cavalites?
Yep.
Okay. Let's replace those, and then I'll shoot. That might change the shooting a little bit, but not too much. These good.
And covers better. You moved into Tackle Doctor?
Yes, I have to. So next turn's when I get
Next turn's when you get to choose.
That's correct. Okay. Alright. So they're all in that building there. Sounds cool.
But they're all visible to your whole arm.
Yeah, that's fine.
They're just gonna cover save.
Alright,
Better than no cover
so
save?
this is not full and this is full, correct?
Yeah, he's got 4, he's got 10.
So we're gonna shoot witches with small shots, and actually, what's in this one? This still has guys in it.
Witches and succubus, yeah.
Okay.
And it's full. It's got 11 months.
Not within 12 though, so I want super melt. So we're gonna kill this one.
Okay.
Then small shots. So here's the big shots. Reroll 1. Nope. 3s. Good.
5s. Nope.
Good. So not shitty stuff.
Does it blow? Nope. Nobody's inside.
Sounds good. Here's the small shots we talked about. Rerolling 1s.
Where were they going?
Remember I said small shots from the witches?
I didn't remember what you said.
Oh, that's okay. Did you want to use anything?
No, you're good.
Okay.
Yeah.
Hits. Then to wound. Reroll 1s. I think I need 3s. 4?
4. 5 ups because the guy's there.
Yeah,
So
exactly.
it didn't matter because I didn't make it 4 up. So 4 girls die.
Sure.
So 3 normal girls.
And this is not on actually.
Yep. 4th normal girl.
Okay. Sounds good. All right, moving on to other stuff. We're gonna shoot. We're gonna shoot the. Let's see. Heavy bolter here, and then the assault cannon from this one into this spot.
And that's Arbiter's Gaze or not Arbiter's
No.
Gaze? So I'm going to spend 1 to make this one -1 hit.
Okay, sounds good. Here's those shots first. So I missed that. That helps out.
Take it.
2 wounds. 1 wound. -1.
5 up. Nope. How much damage?
2.
Down to 8.
Heavy bolter. And here's the assault cannon. Sure. These I could see that guy, so just that miss. And I think 2s.
T3. Yeah.
I think 3, 6, 9, 10, 11.
So the first 2 out of covers.
Okay.
Looking for it's -2.
Yes.
So they're dead.
Okay.
And then 9 more 4 ups. Right?
Yeah.
They're dead.
Okay. Works. All right, so he's fully openly targetable, right?
Absolutely.
Okay, sweet. All right, so how am I gonna do this with my next one? I know this succubus boat's gonna be a problem too. I've only done 2 damage to it. This would kill it pretty efficiently because the minus isn't gonna matter. So I think we're gonna assault cannon, this, and then the heavy bolter from Arbiter's Gaze guy is gonna go into. We're gonna go into. Do any of these models have 2 wounds?
No.
No? Okay, so their sergeants don't
Yep.
work like that. Okay, then I'll shoot That'll make sure it dies. Yeah, it's all gonna go here.
Okay, from Arbiter's Gaze?
Yes.
Perfect.
All right. There's the good shots. Nope. All right. That's 3 wounds. So minus 2.
5 ups. 4 damage. He's down to 4.
Here's a salt cannon.
I mean, they're all fairly good shots.
Yeah. Well, but ruining on 4s versus 5s helps a lot. All right. Looks like we got 6 minus 2.
5s. I think that does him. Yep. Does he blow? He does not. 11 people inside. 3 girls die. Okay.
They're just going to be on the second floor. Are you cool with me just throwing them in there?
Yeah, that's fine.
And obviously, Succubus is going to be the furthest back.
Not a problem. Other shooting. So we're gonna do.
If it matters, I can walk around and do it.
This raider here was just destroyed, and coming out of that are a succubus and now 7 witches, which are going to be deployed in this building up here on the corner.
There's a Talon Master over there, 2 1s. That is 5 at minus 2.
6. 5 more dead. 2 girls left.
Alright, so as far as
Just the sergeant and the net.
can he rogue over 3? No. Okay. Alright, so let's do. I want to do 1 shot of each. I'm going to do Azrael shots into him. The white will be the plasma. They both hit.
T4.
Okay. Wound and not wound. So just plasma on invul.
Nope.
2 damage.
Down to 1.
Wait, what?
Reduces damage by 1 to a minimum of 1.
Oh, I thought you said down to 1. Sorry, I thought you meant wounds. I was like, I haven't heard him yet.
No, down
Okay,
to 1.
I get what you're saying.
Yeah.
Okay, so that was not a good profile for that. Alright, let's shoot. How many does he have left?
5.
5? Okay. Let's shoot, and there's
2 girls left.
2 girls. So there's another squad of 5?
No, it's just I just haven't gotten in there.
Oh,
gotten
gotcha.
them. You're shooting over here. Killed
Yeah.
5 more or whatever. There's 2 girls left. I killed 8. I'll get in there and get them
Pistol
back.
for, no, you don't need to. He hits. Doesn't wounds. Okay. I don't think you can see anything except for maybe this bow. You might as well take it. Not overcharging plasma biker. Hits. Strike 7. This is cocked, unfortunately. Okay, wounds. How many? Just 1.
5 up. I'm assuming there's an or minus
Yeah,
on.
it's a plasma, so.
And not overcharge, just 1.
No, I said no.
You didn't want to blow your guy up?
Not really. Alright. So, I make sure Graves aren't died. So, how much do I need to dedicate to him? I check my rolls. He has 2 up armor, I assume? Okay. I've already used minus 1 to
2 up,
hit.
4 up. Yep.
So, those put them on invul. I have to do those there. Heavy cannons there, and then I'm going to dedicate 5 extra guys there. And then the other 1 guy
Into the last 2.
into the last 2, and then one guy into the other last 2. So I need to change my numbers. Instead of 5 here, 4 here. Okay. Because that would be over. I'm gonna start with the heavy cannon. Here's that. Reroll once, or reroll all for Chapter Master. Okay, didn't help for some reason.
Sometimes that happens.
2s, 5 on invul.
Strength 8.
Strengths. Oh, sorry. 3 then. Sorry, you're right. T4.
Fours.
Maybe 1.
Just 1 damage apiece. And I said 4 guys. 1, 2, 3, 4. Roll everything. So wounds, need force. Only 1.
What else do you have to shoot? That's it, right?
Yeah.
I'll just go down to
Yikes. Alright, I said one guy here. Hit, or, well. Now it hits. And 2 wounds.
So that was a fairly big moment. Donovan split up the shooting from his Terminators, and he sent some of it down at Drazar and some of it, I believe, at models in this building. And because he split shots, he left Drazar with 2 wounds left, which is going to be a problem. So if he still has charges, he can still charge Drazar, but Drazar could potentially make them fight last if he did get that power off, or there are other characters up in this area that might be able to heroically intervene and defend Drazar. It actually, it's been a good shooting phase for Donovan. A little bit what I was worried would happen. So Dan lost Incubi up here. These witches down here are down to one model, and he lost a raider and unit of witches here, and that's a fair number of assets for Dan. And of course, Drazar is only on 1 or 2 wounds left. So Dan still has his succubus. His Archon is still up in this area here as well, and that will, those are important pieces for Dan to have and used. But he lost a fair amount in the shooting phase, even before we're now getting to Donovan's charges.
Absolutely. Yeah, you don't have to go closest on charges anymore. That's okay. All right. As long as one of your models finishes an engagement right.
Okay, I thought it had to be the first step.
No.
Okay, I've been playing that wrong too.
Yeah. No. You can go full 8 if you wanted to. You can run it directly away from the unit you charged if you want to. That's how you do like manipulations usually.
I get 2. And this guy is the first guy that goes this way. I might need all of them to go here, then I can consolidate this way. That's the smarter way to do it. I'm gonna use all my attacks. Put his base this way instead.
Yeah, that's fine. You have plenty of movement to do that. The first
Just in
guy.
case I don't, because you have a 4-up invul.
I do.
I got it.
And I can make you -1 to hit.
Okay, I gotta make sure I do it then. I'm gonna go like this. To only get 2 guys in. Sure. Alright.
They're like 6 attacks apiece or something retarded though.
Yeah. And then, yeah. Alright, and then the charge here, I'm gonna declare. Let's see. I have to declare them. They're really in the way. I think that's the easiest charge to not mess up. Do you count from the tip of your things?
Yeah, it's every part of that model.
Okay. So it's like a 5, and this is, I think, off.
So Dan's stuff, a lot of it is painted very light color, and he's cleverly hiding it away, so it's kind of hard to see. But let's just recap what he has left here. So there's a Venom back here with a homunculus, and racks in it. There are racks standing on this objective. His Archon is here, actually on that objective, just barely touching the edge of it. He's got a unit of 5 witches up here, which Donovan just charged with the Outriders. So with the charge, Donovan moved a model onto this objective to take it away from Dan, at least for the time being. Here's his Trueborn Raider still. The Raider's got a few wounds on it, but the Trueborn are still inside and kicking. And then in this building here, it looks like there's 1 Incubi left, his Succubus, and then over this way is Drazar. And then, of course, there are some Cabalites in this building that unloaded from the Venom that was destroyed. So, he's got stuff around the board. Maybe good for Dan. The Terminators are going this way. There's not a lot over here. Like this, Drazar is a character that probably needed to die. The Succubus is probably a character that needed to die. And it looks like with his charges, Donovan is trying to. He's going to kill some. He may kill some witches that are not doing anything exactly at the moment, and he'll kill some Cabalites and then try and pile onto this objective. That's good on the primary mission, but that's leaving Dan assets to retaliate with next turn. And particularly, these are all very fast moving, so they can come down here and avoid his death ball and get into characters and scoring units, which will rack up secondaries and other points for Dan. So let's see how this plays out, and how Dan reacts on turn 3 after these assaults.
I'm moving 3 inches towards this.
No, because I'll activate him and I'll swing him out, and then if you kill this, he'll be the closest. You'll have to go that way.
But going towards you this way, I can still move like this. Can I not?
The front of his, I'm going to interrupt. The front of his boat will absolutely be the closest. So you have to go this way, because I'll swing him out.
Okay, gotcha.
6 inches. All right, again, I'm coaching against myself, but that's absolutely what I'm going to do.
So,
because it costs you 3 points.
So what I should have done is base you here. So you
should have absolutely done that.
Gotcha. All right, well, I'll start here then. So, 2 guys this way, the rest of the guys this way.
Sure. You don't have to roll the guys in the Cabalites. They're dead.
Okay.
Just roll the other ones and see if you whip.
So I'll pile these 3 in this way. And then,
So you got 1 hand or 2 claws into the boat? Is that what it is?
Should be 3 like this.
Yeah, I don't think he could do that. He has to end up closer. He was already engaged.
Oh, okay. Here. Okay, gotcha.
So he can't go that way. Because he can't end halfway in the wall.
Yeah. There we go. Chapter Master. Five and minus 2.
6 ups. I make 2, so he's down to 1. Oh no, he only had 3 left. He's dead. Okay. I thought he had 4. Did you put a wound on him? Nope, didn't. Don't remember. Yeah, if you didn't do that, I could absolutely interrupt with the bow, swing around, and make it so that you can't get to the objective. You can choose not to move, but you wouldn't be able to move towards you. That would have cost you 3 points. I'm coaching against myself again. But it is what it is. Be cool with me rolling my witches while you're waiting. Yeah. 2. 5 and 6 plus 1. 5 and 6. So that was great. So 1 at Ren 2 and 3 at Ren 1.
Ren 2. Cocked. Ren 2. No. And then
2 at Ren 1.
2 at Ren 1. So 2 damage. Great. So 6 plus 7 on that. 6.
That was a misplay on my part.
Move it all in. Ooh, that was bad. That was real bad. 4?
4s. And lose 2 girls. That's your turn? So another 3 for Stranglehold. Yep. You didn't move in to engage anybody, right?
No, I did not.
3 more on Stranglehold. No assassinate. You still have your 2 last.
So they're scoring on the bottom of 2, and again, the charges for Donovan didn't. They killed things, but not particularly important things. They killed Cabalite here, and they killed this raider. And up here against the witches, they killed 2 out of the 5, but there's still a unit of 3 witches here, which can move away, score, their objective secured. They could retrieve Octarius later in the game. So most of Donovan's damage was done in the shooting phase, which was very good. Dan, though, coming up for turn 3, still has Drazar with a couple of wounds, the Succubus, the Archon, and Trueborn here. and plus racks and assets back here. So we'll see what Dan does. My suspicion is, you know, he's gonna, yeah, exactly right. He's going here to go for characters, mobility, and scoring, and the end game probably for Dan at this point is to have all of these units over here just hiding on objectives, and this big death blob is all that is going to be left of Donovan's, or at least that's the game plan. We'll see if it materializes that way. But if in the last 2 turns it's this Terminator unit versus all of this MSU hidden, that would be advantage to Dan, because these Terminators are just too slow. They won't be able to get angles on things for shooting. So with that, I'm going to kick it over to the players to start round 3.
Interesting. So she's gonna run. Shoot the chaplain. Shoot. The chaplain has a 4-up and will naturally, right? And then there's the apothecary has no inroll naturally, or he is protected.
Oh, well, he does to shooting because he's Ravenwing.
Oh, and he advanced or whatever. So he took the -1 shooting, or he doesn't pay the -1 to shoot.
No, he didn't. I don't think he shot.
Oh, did he not?
He just went to revive over there.
Let me get my true one out.
That's why I don't like using this, because I always forget. So I control 1, control 2. What? No, I did not. That's what I do like about this, though, because it shows you if you did or didn't.
Yeah, that's true.
Instead of like dialing it.
Yeah.
They're gonna move their 6 and rod that corner.
Okay.
Actually, let's move their 6 and not. Yeah, they'll rod this one. So just that corner left for me. And then these guys are gonna get out and move. I guess I should finish moving these guys before I start.
These guys move 5. Let's move that as far as we can, because there's no reason not to.
are T6, right?
They are.
I think that's where those guys are going to go, but let me make sure I didn't miss any other movement.
You're good.
I think I moved everything else. So I think we're good on that. So they'll drop. And then we will go into shooting. So let's go. And then we'll shoot his heavy poison first into your Terminators. One hit. No wounds. I think it's 2 poison shots, too, technically. One hit. 1 wound, no red. And do a 2-up of whatever version. So let's go.
Scoot him back. It looks like we're really close.
Yeah, he must have got bumped. I think I hit the crate.
Okay.
He definitely wasn't. He's not willing to do yeah. That'd be good for you, actually. You forced me to fight there.
Yeah,
And I couldn't shoot anything.
that's true.
So that wouldn't be the end of the world.
So let's go. We're going to start with him. We're going to go. Lance and Phantasm there.
And
Actually, let's go Lance into this guy and Phantasm.
okay, I'm going to use the stratagem for
Just
that.
1 CB. So that gives him a 4-up and roll.
Yes.
So Lance. Try again. Hits for a 3. No. I'll CP reroll that. Yes. Do I keep the CP? No. So 1 Phantasm, 2 shots. 1 hit, but reroll for being Cabal. He's either for 9, someone for 10. No. So let's go to the Trueborn are going to put everything but the Lance and Blasters for sure is going into the bikes. So we're going to shoot. So we're going to put 1 Shredder into your Psyker.
Okay.
And then the other 3 Shredders and the other poison in the bike unit, the melt bikes.
Okay.
So the 1 Shredder into your Psyker. So 5
So
shots.
before you shoot these 2, does -1 for them matter?
It would, yeah.
Okay. And what you have left to shoot is those
Trueborn.
guys, and then this.
No, that just shot.
That's already shot.
Yeah, yeah.
So just Trueborn.
Just Trueborn.
And they don't get affected.
They don't care about -1
Okay.
hit.
How many shots are going into them?
3d6 plus 3.
Oh, that's kind of a lot. I'm gonna -1 them.
Okay. So 5 shots into the guy that's now not -1, right? 2 hits. 1 wound at Ren 1 in your Psyker.
Okay.
And then 3d6 for 8, 11. So 4s because of the -1. 5 3s I rolled. 1 hit, liver at 3.
Guess it matters.
1 at Ren 1. Okay. Yeah, it mattered a lot.
Yeah, that's good.
And then the 3 poison shots.
Good.
4s, 1 hit, and 4s. 1 more, no red.
No good.
So we're gonna put Trueborn, I think, just everything into those bikes.
Okay.
So the Lance, Cabal reroll, hits for a 3.
It's like my Meltas.
So 1 in 1.
1 in both. Okay.
Yep.
Here it is. Good.
Phantasm. 2 hits. First one got to be to 9, no. Second one got to be to 9, no. 9 and 9. You don't have any fear over there. And then just 7. 2s, I already used my reroll, and 4s. 5, no red. Single damage.
Good.
All right, so that's all my shooting, I think.
All right.
Let's go to charges. We're gonna go. We'll go the boat
into the guys first, the wagons.
Into the bikes. And you made it so it's more expensive.
It's 2 CP now. So probably get to roll 2 dice, I think. So 8. I had a cock dice on this side.
Oh, okay.
Cock 3, so I'm gonna mark him to just see if he fits through. He does.
I thought, okay.
I
thought he just moved when
Yeah,
I thought I saw him move.
I said I don't think he does.
Oh, don't think he
I
does.
think
Gotcha.
because he moved. So I just wasted those. So Jesus Christ, that's terrible. So the incubi will go into the bike squad, I guess. He's in. I mean, Gray's our half the only bike squad, so I don't even get to, because he couldn't get a bike. He's in. And then she's going to declare on. How many wounds on the Talon Master?
They have 8.
So I declare 1, 2, 3. And the chaplain has how many?
He has 7.
7. So I guess I'm gonna declare on. I have to declare all 4, I think, to get in there. But I don't know. Actually, I think I can't declare on him, so it's gonna have to be these 4, I think.
Okay.
Or these 4 models, so 3.
If that's the call, I will overwatch.
3 units, 7. So it's 2 CP.
The Arbiter's Gaze guy.
Oh, that's Arbiter's Gaze?
Remember I said golden guy?
I thought this guy was shooting as Arbiter's Gaze. Well, I can spend 1 CP to not have him Overwatch. So I'll just do that. If that's the Arbiter, I thought you were shooting this.
I said golden guy.
Okay.
They both had similar lines of sight that way.
Maybe you're just pointing at the wrong one then? Because you definitely pointed that guy said Arbiter's Gaze when you were shooting. You didn't pay the -1 here. But you weren't pointing at him, you were pointing at him. I mean, I can spend 1 CP and go Overwatch, so I'll just do that.
Okay, I got you.
I wouldn't if it was an Arbiter's Gaze guy. Do I keep it? I don't.
Do I keep mine then or no?
Yeah, you keep yours. You just can't fire Overwatch.
Gotcha.
So 9 + 1 is a 10, so I'm way ahead.
Just the one that keeps attacking forever.
No, I don't have it. I don't play mechanics. I think they're stupid. So here, he's in. Oh, true one. No, I like really broken mechanics. I generally just don't.
Would you play Admech?
I wouldn't have let the team unless the team made me. They tried to make me, and I would have done it.
Okay. Is that guy tooled for combat?
He just has a Huskblade.
Okay.
But he does get to fight twice.
Okay. I'm just trying to figure out where I'm transmitting. But which combat you want to start with?
I'm going to start with my fears. So onto your 2 chances onto your bikes there. So their bikes are fighting dead last no matter what.
So I can't use the leadership 9 of this?
Yeah, even if you do, you're at -2 from here.
Oh, gotcha. Okay.
So it didn't matter what leadership you used. Yeah.
All right.
That's why the boat's there.
Yeah, no, that makes sense.
Alrighty. So I picked the first charger, right?
Yep.
So we're gonna go with the succubus. We're gonna put everything into the chaplain.
Okay. So can you tell me about the profile? I'm probably going to transhuman.
So 10 attacks, hitting on 2s. 6s just do straight 2 mortal wounds.
Oh.
And then
To hit?
6 to the hit, do 2 more wounds, and then it's poison 2+. So transhuman would take away, they go up to poison 4.
But the morals is what I need to be worried about. I have 7
Well, I mean,
wounds.
as worried as you're going to be.
Yeah. I don't think you'll roll 3 6s. You might, but I don't think you're going to roll more than 2 6s.
I could roll no 6s. For
Yeah,
sure.
you're right. I'm going to use it.
Okay.
It just costs 1 because he's not a...
I don't see it. All right, so 10. I'm enough CP to reroll wounds, but I don't think I care. So that's 6 mortals right off the top.
That's gracious. Exactly what I was afraid of. It's so unlikely.
And then make 4 more invulns. They're like Ren 3 or 4. She never does that. or 2 damage apiece?
Yeah, I figured it was more than one. Actually, I would have only had one wound left anyway.
Oh, okay, from the mortals.
I'm gonna see if I have a regular Space Marines have it. But you can go. I think actually, how many CP do you have me at?
I have you at 3 left, and I have 2.
Because I think I interrupt to some of this. So the Trueborns have a bunch of regular wound-soaking bodies, right?
Correct. 7 regular wounds soaking.
Okay. And this Archon still has his 2 up. These don't have anything.
They have 4 up.
4 up? Oh yeah. Okay, so that's a lot of attacks to waste before I die, though. I think I'm gonna interrupt over there.
Okay. So I'm gonna do my
6-inch consolidate. I can go any direction.
Oh, okay.
I'm gonna wrap around and go here.
Fair enough. So this guy's.
Actually.
Yeah, it's fine. How badass is he in combat? No, we'll stay here actually.
Maybe I'll win a roll off if I don't kill those. Actually, we'll do that because they're not badass in combat, right?
No,
So we'll just do that.
I don't think so.
They have like a power sword, 1 damage or something. And he doesn't hit on 2s all the time in combat, right?
He does it on 2.
Oh, Arbiter's Gaze applies to combat.
No, it doesn't. But they just.
But I can
on
-1
2s.
him.
Yeah.
3,
6. Okay, I'm gonna go. How many before I hit a good weapon in your squad?
You had to kill 8 models to get to a good weapon.
So I'm gonna. Let's do.
And only 2 guys can fight the true. Oh no, they all can because I went the wrong way. You're good.
Actually, I don't think that's worth 2 CP. I'm just gonna let it happen.
No?
Yeah.
Okay.
I don't think I'm gonna do meaningful damage with 2 CP.
I don't think you're gonna get, and their leadership is like 11, I think, because they're Blackheart and they're Trueborn, so they're +2, so it's 10 or 11. Yeah. Okay. So we'll go with the Clavex next, and they don't have an in-roll in close combat, or they do have an in-roll in close combat?
Who?
The bikes?
No, they don't.
Okay. So we'll do the big swings, 2s, and because the Drays are 3s, 6s are special. So 1 that's 3 damage, and 2 that are rend. This is the one I always mix up. So 2 that are rend 3 for 2 damage.
So here's those 2.
And 1 that's rend 4 for 3 damage.
Okay. I think they all do 3.
The 2 that are rend 3 do 2 damage apiece. The 1 that's rend 4 does 3 damage.
Okay, so that would kill this guy, and then this guy's down to 1 wound.
Okay.
Okay.
Drazar will go.
I still need to see if I can fight when I die. That 1 check.
2s. There's a free roll. I think he's 2s because he's strength 5. So 2 at rend, 3 that are 3 damage.
3, that's 3 damage.
He'll go in here.
It does say Adeptus Astartes character. So would you have wanted to put him here if this guy got to fight on death?
Well, I think you get to fight before I do my consolidate, right? Otherwise, it wouldn't make any sense because everyone would just run away from you.
Is a stratagem in the fight phase when your army that has not been selected to fight is destroyed. Do not remove the mod from play.
Okay, so I think, yeah.
Yeah, don't remove the model. So, well, she can consolidate in any direction though. I don't know. That's a.
Do not remove the model from play. It can fight after the attacking model's unit has finished making its attacks.
Yeah, so before consolidate. Yeah.
Okay, so that would happen?
You can fight in the succubus, absolutely.
Okay, let me do that.
You're spending 2 CP for that?
Yes.
I don't see it.
So we hit. And I assume I need 2s. Let's see here. So you're gonna have a 5-up invul at best, and then how many wounds does she have?
6.
6. So that would kill her if you fail all of them. Okay, I'll leave it at that.
So 4 of them. I'll make 1.
Okay.
So she takes 6 damage.
Yeah, 2 apiece. With
So it was 4 or it was 3?
Sorry. Say again.
Did you get 3 through or 4 through?
No, I think it was 3.
Oh, so I rolled 4. I rolled 4 saves, so
understood.
5s. So she's alive with 2 wounds.
Okay, understood.
I couldn't see your dice.
Oh, you're good. Okay, now would you like to move?
No, she would have went to the same spot.
I'll just make sure.
She went to the same spot. So you've interrupted, so there's nothing else you can do. So over to me. So twos.
No, I didn't interrupt. That was a.
Well, you don't have any CP either way. And fives. So nothing on his first swing. I have to technically take his second swing after. So that's 18, 21, twos, 3 on ones. This is the Archon. And there's one more. Fives. 3 Ren twos, or sorry, 3 Ren ones. And then here's the bonus attack, twos, and 5 or 6. So 3 Ren ones and 3 no Rens.
Okay. So I failed two of those so far. And here's the regulars. I failed one more of those. So 3 total. Looks like that guy has to die. I'm not sure what he's on.
I think 2 left.
So I would have taken one more wound here.
And then, so the witches can't fight now.
Yep.
And then I am going to use his once per game to fight again.
Oh, okay.
Twos with a reroll. Just 1 because he's all. And then number 5s. Nothing again. Wow, that was terrible.
Nice.
Terrible, terrible, terrible. And then everything else is fought. So your Arbiter's guy gets to fight back.
Okay. So I'll try to kill the. So this is not in combat, just these two, right?
Yeah, he couldn't get into combat.
So the succubus.
It wouldn't matter. I don't think it matters much if he did get into combat.
2 wounds.
Single damage?
Yeah, single damage.
And she gets her 4 up now.
She does.
So, of course, we're good.
Over there. I guess we'll try to just hit Trueborn. 3 charge and then sword. 3 charge and sword. Not my turn, so hit on 2s. These. It would on.
Oh, technically he does have.
Sorry.
He has to activate.
Okay.
He's not going to damage anybody.
Alright.
He's just going to kind of
So it looks like.
he can't fight because his target died
6 at -1 over there.
on the Trueborn.
Yes.
So 5s. 4 or 5 damage. Keep 3 bodies up here.
So I'm gonna go ahead and start looking at some stuff here. Do you have me at 1 CP or 0?
I have you at 1.
Okay, that's what I thought, but I was trying to make sure.
Okay, so that was Dan's top of 2. Just quickly recapping. So Drazar and the Succubus went from this area to go and attack characters and some bikes. So Donovan's Primaris chaplain on a bike died. A unit of bikes that was over here died. But that's about it. There's still quite a bit back here. Ezekiel, Azrael, and I believe the librarian are still all back here versus a Succubus who's only on 2 wounds, Drazar who's only on 2 wounds, a lone incubi, and a wounded raider. So Dan has a lot of units down here, but they're all really, really frail. Also up here, these 2 outriders have been doing work. Dan charged in with an Archon and Trueborn and double fought with the Archon, and only killed 1 outrider. So Dan's holding this objective right now, so he's going to, at least for this turn, hold Donovan to 2 primary points. So the massive Terminator blob, and then all of these models down here. You know, this is going to be pivotal if Donovan has a good turn, kills all of this, and if Donovan convincingly kills the stuff up here, that might be lights out for Dan. And the game plan to just kind of have this horrible Terminator blob in the end game versus all of this MSU down here that can still break out and run for objectives. That might not happen if there's no models left. So let's turn the players back up for the bottom of round. Excuse me, I think I said round 2, the bottom of round 3.
Did you? Should have gone to
Terminators move over here. Okay.
We went to the buffet. It was really good. And it was $15. It was ridiculous. Really? We got our bill and I was like, 15. Well, we just did the buffet because we didn't have the people coming. Right. Easier to just however many people come and go.
Stick around till we lock everything up. So it's just like,
Oh.
I was like, okay, you're walking distance, fine.
Yeah, that sucks. But what can you do? Right?
Shooting.
That's the best part of the turn.
Right? Yeah.
Psychic trees are around.
Yeah, someone's still contending.
It is what it is.
Matt told me
About what?
plan.
Oh, okay.
Where I need to be.
Sure. No, yeah, I think this is what I heard. I feel like I'm pretty good at this, so I can.
I think you guys. And obviously, I'm forgiving that.
Yeah, you're good. Yeah, I think it's just.
So I'm studying this.
So let's follow along here with what Donovan's doing. The Terminators are coming back up. From here, from the position that they're at, they'll be able to throw shots down here if necessary to finish off the Trueborn and Archon. And then obviously they can charge into any of these characters or whatever's left of this mess. So I don't know. A lot of Donovan's kind of DACA high volume shots are gone at this point. He's lost a fair number of bikes, but there's almost certainly this will all die of Dan's this turn, and there's a very good chance that everything up here dies as well. We'll see.
I'm gonna Trepanation the. Oh, she's only 8. Okay, I'll Trepanation the Succubus.
Is 9.
Trepanation on the Succubus. I got a 9. Okay, so she automatically takes 3.
She's dead.
Okay. And Smite on Drazar. That is only a 4. I don't want to have to rely on. How many? He has 2 wounds left. And I didn't spend that for fall back and shoot, so I'll spend 1 to re-roll my psychic test.
Steal.
Yep.
I know.
Here's that. It's good on a 9, so I just need to roll a 3 or higher here for damage, which I do. I rolled a 6. Okay, appreciate it. All right, so that'll free him up to shoot, which is good. All right, so on to shooting. You're good. All right, so shooting. Let's shoot. Shoot the assault cannon there, and I think this blocks me, so I'm gonna just shoot the heavy bolter into, I guess, this guy.
Okay.
Heavy bolter. Once it's on 2s. Wounds. 4 wounds.
He's dead.
Okay. One left anyway. 2 or 8. 12 into those witches back there. And 2s. Alright. Got 3, 6, 9 on the witches. Okay. This gentleman here, he'll shoot. So he's protected right now. Let's see if I can clear some of that up. 24-inch. I couldn't chapter master. Oh, I forgot to reroll my misses there. That's okay. Chapter master is not gonna matter. So let's have 5 shoot there, and then I'm gonna have these 2 heavy cannons shoot these racks over here. And then the one guy. I guess 6 are going to shoot there instead. So 6 guys there and the 2 heavy cannons here. Okay. Wait, that doesn't add up. I should have 8, because there's 2 heavy cannons. I think I've been shorting myself 8 shots each time. Do I have anybody underneath this from this range?
Yeah.
Like, I mean under here. Like under the building.
At 24?
Yeah.
Yeah, I think this guy.
Okay. So I'll
I
have...
don't know if he can see.
Oh, okay. Fair enough. So you have a guy past the crater here.
Yeah, I just don't know where the I can't see.
Okay.
Whatever you say, because
okay
it's
if I
not an
flip
open
this?
wall.
I'll
Yeah.
flip this.
You tell me. Whatever you say is good.
I would say this guy can see, but I don't know if that guy has range.
Right in the face!
Who does? Oh no.
I think so.
Okay. All right. So I'll have one guy and the 2 heavy cannons shoot that way. Okay. So here's the 2 heavy cannons. 3s. Oh, did I move? Yeah, I did. Oh, that was lucky. Then to wound. I think I need 2s.
T4.
T4. Never mind. 7 at -2.
What turn are we in?
It's turn 3. And here's the little shots.
So the first fail goes away, and are those 2 damage apiece?
They're just 1.
Okay.
That's
so
just
5 up
better
from
AP.
remains. So 2 guys down.
Okay. And then I have 2 -1s from the bolter that happened.
2 5-ups.
2, 3, 4.
See that? So make 1, and then a 5-up for single damage. So 1 more guy.
And 7. All right, here's the other 7 guys of bolters into the Trueborn.
And these are. Did you go into Assault Doctrine, or are you staying?
No, I didn't.
So they're Ren 1 right now?
Yes.
Okay. We'll spend 1 to get to double their cover save.
Gotcha.
Do I keep it? I don't.
So I missed these, and then 3s. Okay. So that's 3, 6, 9, 12, 15, 16.
Well, that's your wound roll?
Yeah.
You hit with it. Okay.
Well, because I didn't have to take a -1, correct?
So 3 ups.
Of those guys?
Yeah.
So hitting on 3s. Yep.
So 3 guys down.
Okay. Well, that's good. Alright, plasma biker, not overcharged. 1 hit because of forced wounds. -4.
On these guys still?
Yeah.
So I can do a 5-up.
Okay.
Yep.
Alright. So all I have left is fish shooting, I think, and Azrael. Azrael's double shots into here. The greens will be the plasma. I missed most of those. That does wound at -2. Mastercrafted bolter.
5-up. Goes through.
2 damage.
Down to 5.
Okay. This Talon Master is going to shoot. So right now we're tied on that. So I have to knock that guy off. Unfortunately. There's no one that's gonna. Can you measure the charge range for these gentlemen?
To the Archon?
Yeah. It's probably not good.
An 8.
An 8? Okay. So I'd have a backup plan for that. Alright, I'm gonna do Assault Cannon and. What's his save right now?
It's 2-up armor.
2-up armor, okay. So -2, he's gonna go to 4.
So he's out of Dev Doctrine, right? So he doesn't get the extra end.
Right. Yeah, because this guy went back to Doctrine, not that guy.
Okay.
Alright, so I'm gonna put them all there because I need my stranglehold points.
Okay.
Unfortunately. So heavy bolter. I do take a minus on this guy. And to wound, 2 wounds so far.
At what Ren?
-1.
So back to 3, so he's good.
4. Threes. And 2s. 9.
9?
Yeah.
At Ren 2 again?
No, it's 1.
Ren 1.
Because it's not the back doctrine.
So 3s. He's dead.
Alright. I think that's about it. So we're going to have Azrael charge here. So here's that roll. That's good on 4. We have Ezekiel charge in there. So good. I'm gonna have nobody else charge there. Trying to, huh? Yeah, trying for the 8. Actually, I might try this. I'll probably try the Terminators too. Oh, I got it.
Okay.
The 8.
You're in.
Nice. I mean, I'll probably miss, but here's it for the Terminators.
Into the boat.
Yeah. Just want some in here. So for coherency, do I have 3 here still? Or no?
No.
If not, let's move this
You
guy
have
here.
to move one guy back.
And
Yeah,
then like this.
yeah, you're good there.
Okay. So just for extra insurance, I'll put an extra guy there. Only 4 here. Okay. All right, I think that's good. I'll start over there unless you have a thing that makes me go last. Okay. 3 plus 4.
Were they hitting on 4s?
Yeah.
And they're already -1 to hit because the hammers.
Yeah. Why is there an extra minus?
I could make them an
Oh,
extra
okay.
minus.
It's not gonna help you.
Yeah, yeah.
Force
2s, I'm sure.
2s.
And that rain 2?
No, they're Ren 3. Oh no, I'm in assault. So yeah, 2.
Oh, you did move to assault.
I did not. Remember, I was in tactical with -1s.
Okay, yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
So -2s.
It's only -2.
And they're how much damage beast? 3 flat?
Flat 3, yeah.
So we'll just take them. 2 up. Failed it. Should have taken it. I make the second one. And I make a third one, actually. So I'm good.
Oh, Jesus. Okay.
So he's down to 3.
I'll base in, go a little bit farther. I assume you don't want to interrupt over here?
I only want to be.
Okay, then guess not. 5 dudes. 1, 2, 3, 4.
Couldn't make it 2 up. Made my 6 up.
So lightning claw people. Roll 1s.
Oh, he has a 5 up anyway. It's turn 3. So he actually has 5 up.
Okay.
Still.
And 2 wounds. 5, so 3 roll.
Oh, it's turn 4? Oh, well then I've been trying. 3 is +1. I know, but he's black card, so he's +1. Yeah.
7. -2.
5 ups.
Okay.
I make 1. 6 go through.
Okay. I'm not sure.
2 damage apiece?
Yeah. No, it's just 1 damage.
Oh, so he's down 6. Or down to 1. He was on 7.
Down to 1. Okay. Azrael's attacks. See if I can kill it real quick. This misses. Alright, that'll at least mortal it out.
Okay, and he's dead. Does he blow?
And then that'll be the end of my turn.
He doesn't blow?
Okay, sweet. We can consolidate. I guess just.
Well, I still get to fight.
Yeah, I meant over here.
So 2s with a reroll. And he hasn't rolled a 5 yet, so let's see if he can roll some 5s. Hey, you rolled 1, so 1 Ren 3.
Okay. It's good on a 5.
Okay.
So he'll stay. So over to me.
Oh my god, I forgot about something.
Yeah, about all my scourges in the back.
Yeah.
Yeah, I was like, okay.
Yeah, I didn't see him, man.
So let's summarize real quick what happened at the end of turn 3. So on the bottom of 3. So yeah, all of this of Dan's died. So Drazar, Succubus, the Raider, and the last Incubi. And then up here on this objective, the Archon is still there. The Archon survived, but Dan's not holding this objective anymore. This bike is still on it, so this is a 1-to-1 tied. The only one Dan's holding right now is his home objective, so he's only going to get 4 on the primary. So Dan is almost assuredly going to get tabled by the end of the game, right? But playing the mission, can he hold down Donovan's primary score and secondary scores enough? And that's going to be hard. Donovan's chosen good primary, so Stranglehold, he's going to max almost assuredly. To the last, he's going to probably max at this point. And then Assassination, he'll get very likely a 9. There's a 4th homunculus back in this Venom that is unlikely to die at this point. So, Dan's got units back here to try and stand on objectives. He had Scourges that came in from Deep Strike, which are now going to come up here and contest this for a turn and help hold down Donovan's primary on turn 4. The key things, this is probably going to be a close game. The key things that are going to end up, I think, swinging it in Donovan's favor at this point are good secondary picks. So he's going to have a real high secondary score. And then the fact that Donovan actually went second, because Donovan is going to have the bottom of round 5 to try and get 15 on the primary. And that's almost assuredly going to happen. He'll be able to hold one here. He'll be able to hold this one here, and he's still got enough powerful shooting, especially from the Terminators, to clear anything that Dan has on this objective. So we'll see. Dan's an excellent player, one of the best players on our team. So we'll see what tricks he has left and if he can pull it out. But at this point, I would say the advantage is extremely in Donovan's favor. All right, so back to the players for round 4.
Is it a 4? Yeah. It's Ezekiel. Yeah, he's the casting guy.
Not sure how, but I remember it happening.
You shot poison into him last turn.
That's what it was.
So. Brutal. All right, so let's start shooting. We're gonna go into the combat. We'll do the blast pistol first. So 2s with a reroll 2s. So 1 in will.
Okay. Did you roll a 4 to wound?
3 to wound.
Remember
Oh, they're inner circle.
Yeah.
All right, I'll CP reroll it.
Okay.
No. Do I keep the CP? No. They're inner circle. I always forget about that.
So are you?
So I'm just back to the one that I was at. So I gain 1, spend.
So is it 1-1?
Yeah, 1-1.
Okay, cool.
And then we'll go. So they're gonna put. He's gonna shoot everything into the bikes.
The boat.
Yeah, the boat. So 3s and 4s. So 2 no rent.
3s. Pass them both.
And 4s, and then 2 ren 1s that are 2 damage against.
Okay. So here's those 4s. Save 1. Apothecary. Save 1 of those.
His pistol. Oh no, he advanced. He didn't shoot. So how am I gonna do this? So what's Ezekiel's got a 4-up, and he
2 up,
does
4 up, and so does he. 2 up, 4 up.
2 up, 4-ups, and they both
in a
have.
circle.
And they both have. One has 4 wounds, and how much does the other guy have?
6. Azrael has 6.
All right, so we'll pump everything from them into the guy with 4, I guess. Let's do that. So 3 poisons, 2 hits, go for 4s, so nothing. 46, 12, 18. Threes and 4s.
Well, always 4s. He's inner circle.
I said 3s and 4s.
Oh, okay.
What did I
Sorry
say
for
wrong?
the second thing. Gotcha. I thought you meant to wound.
Yeah, 4s to win.
Yeah, yeah.
It would be 3s except for your inner circle.
Gotcha.
So 7 at my squad. Eventually you're gonna fail some 3-ups. That won't be your.
That's true. I failed 3.
No, not enough.
Not quite enough.
All right, so charges. So they're outside, so I don't care about them. So the boat will go. He's in. And then Homunculus will go. He's in. We'll come back with him. You don't have enough to interrupt or fight on death. You will kill enough of those things.
So just so you know, remember I'm OBSEC anyway.
Oh, are you OBSEC?
Yeah.
All your guys are OBSEC?
Well, I think it extends to characters. I'll check. Remember Rights of War? The golden guy has the...
Is it everything? Is it core and characters?
Yeah, I'm not 100%, so I will check for you, but I feel like they're going to be OBSEC. Slows.
Gentlemen, we have 10 minutes left in the round. 10 minutes left in the round.
Just core or character.
Oh, okay. Then I shouldn't have gone over there.
Do you not want to?
No, I definitely wouldn't have gone over there.
But don't do it.
Because I would have took my rod, my last
Just
rod.
don't do it then, Dan. I don't care.
So they're just over there and hiding in the corner with rod.
Yeah, I'm not.
You're good.
We're not like that.
So it's just over here.
Okay.
So, the Venom. One hit, doesn't reroll once because it's not core, nothing. And then the Homunculus, the mortal wound first, does.
I'm gonna take my wounds back if it's okay.
Yeah, no, you're good. And then 3 or 2 at Ren 2, 1 at Ren, 2 at Ren 1, 1 at Ren 2 on your bike. So 1 mortal wound.
Okay.
2 at Ren 2.
2 at Ren 2, here's that. I pass those. And then what's next?
Ren 1. 1 at Ren 1.
4 up on this one.
And then you take a mortal.
So basically 2 feeling pains. Yep. No good. Down to 1.
And then you're the first non-charger.
Okay.
So nothing charged this time. So we'll get 5 attacks. Okay. Plus, did you want to use anything on him?
Yeah, I'll make a -1 to hit.
Okay. So.
Or no, they're already -1 to hit. They're hammers.
But see, here's the problem, and unfortunately, it's already out. But I have +1 gets on my turn.
You have +1 when it's not on your turn.
Yeah, Grim Resolve. That's just.
Then I would definitely make a -1 to hit. Yeah.
Understood. So
So do I keep my last CP? I do. So I'm still
okay. So with that being said, I only hit once instead of 4 times, and I would.
So 5 up. Yep. Good.
That happened.
I'll leave it there if you want.
You're good.
Okay, then hit attacks back. 2s with a reroll. Looking for 5s. Again, 1 at Ren 3. Ren 3 or 4. So you're in whatever you're in. Well, good. You're fine. And then fight back with bites.
Yes. One India. Charge this time. So 3, 4, 3. Sorry, exchange swords. Does this guy have a good save too?
5 up in mode, or 6 up in mode right now because we're still in turn 3.
So not my turn.
Or no, we're in turn 4, so 5 up in mode.
Okay. So I need 3s or 4s here?
He's T4.
Okay, so I need 4s. No guy over there. 5 or 6?
So 5 up.
6 at -1.
He only has an invuln. I only make 1, and then they're single damage, right?
Yeah, they are.
So 5. 2, I can't see that one.
4.
So he takes 3 damage, he's down to 3.
Okay. And nothing there is offset, correct?
Correct.
Okay, so I'll go 15 there.
Because I was stupid and didn't move my venom first to take away your upset.
Gotcha.
All right, been nice.
All right, so what do I need to do here? You have some guys back here still.
Yep, 2 rad.
I would have gained 1 more CP.
All right, so the bottom of, or excuse me, the top of 4, Dan just doesn't have a lot of offensive power left to do anything. So you might have heard him discuss there was some. Originally, Dan brought his scourges up here, not understanding that the characters on this objective were obsec, so Donovan let him take that back, and the scourges are just hanging out down here behind this building, retrieving data. So there's really very little offensive power to change any of that. There were some charges with homunculi and venoms, and the Archon was still up here, but it just Dark Angels are Marines are tough, Dark Angels are tougher, and there's just not a lot to kill anything in Donovan's. So Donovan lost, I don't think, anything in the top of 4, and now Donovan's going to come back, very likely kill all of this, and yeah, Donovan's obviously kind of sensing blood in the water because he's getting aggressive with these Outriders to come threaten this last objective that Dan holds, and yeah, these last 2 turns here will go. Last turn and a half will go very quickly.
I can advance and cast, right? I don't do it very often. Okay, advancing.
I don't know why you wouldn't, unless you had some special rule that says you can't.
Not that I know of. Okay, I'll come off that way. This one, I think, was on one of the bikes. Let's see. Just need to shoot off. Oh, I still need to get on that objective with something. I miss. Maybe I put one of these on. Keep my offsets.
Left in the round, 5 minutes.
Alright. And then these will, I guess, stand still and shoot. Alright, so
2.5 minutes.
going on to Psychic, smiting that guy.
Yeah.
Let's go on to 7.
Okay. None I can do about it.
For 2.
Down to 1.
Okay, and Trepanation. Let's go down to 7.
Gotta be the 10.
Well, it doesn't beat your leadership, so it's not automatically 3, but still D3, which is 2.
He's dead.
Okay. Alright, and then shooting these guys into here. 4, 8, 12. Hitting on 2, so once you have a minus here to here.
Yeah, I'm gonna make a -1.
Okay, no problem. So hitting on 3s.
And I assume wounding on 2s. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7.
7/5.
7 at -1.
They just have it in.
Then here's a heavy bolter.
So 3 dead so far, 2 left.
Okay. Then to wound. He's also decreased, so 6 more at -1.
They're dead.
Alright.
Okay, you don't care about -1s, I guess.
I don't. All right, so other shooting, these are going to shoot there. 1, 2, 3, 4. 3s.
What's shooting at what now?
These on the Rex, since I paid for fallback and shoot. Sure. All right, and I think they're T4. T4, so 4 wins. At -1.
So they this gets disregarded and then 5. So 1 guy's. I'll just take the win on the start. So.
This guy's shooting into here.
How are you shooting into here? He's protected.
Okay, then I'll shoot the character or the bike.
Venom's in combat.
Oh, do you charge that guy?
No, I piled into him.
Oh, okay. So never mind, no shooting there.
Yeah, if you want to, you can fall back, but you got to pass a leadership check with them, right?
Yeah.
And you're at -3.
Okay. Let's see if that can happen.
So I don't know if you would have done that if you didn't realize you were in combat.
I didn't know I was in combat.
I mean, you're clearly in combat, right?
Okay. I do.
Okay. So then you fall back, now you can shoot at whatever you want.
Alright. So now can I shoot at him?
Well, he's still character protected.
Okay.
Because the Venom's closer. Measure to the hole, not the base.
Okay. So 8.
You're -2 if that matters, if you have a way to be -1.
Well, he doesn't take penalty.
Good.
Great. So these miss. And then it's cocked. Actually, yeah, 5 at -. Oh.
He only has an invul, it doesn't matter.
Okay.
If you have any minus, it's
okay,
just an
he
invul.
does.
5 ups?
Yep.
So he takes 3? Are they 2 damage apiece?
No, these are 1. This is the 2 damage.
So 3 wounds left.
2 more wounds.
2 5. But these are 2 damage.
Yeah.
Oh, so he's down to 1. Makes 1. He lives.
All right, not great. I guess this guy's shooting there.
So you're out of time.
Okay, sorry. All right.
So you make saves and morale checks, I think, is all now, right? So
I'll just stranglehold again, I guess.
okay, you stranglehold. Can you still score your secondaries and stuff if you're out of time? That I don't know. That stays alive? Yeah, because I have no ability to do anything about that. I don't think. Because they can advance. So I'll advance them. So you have 3 bodies on and your obsec. I can't take your obsec away.
So for those watching, the players were actually using a chess clock for the match. They started a couple minutes late, so the chess clock doesn't match perfectly the time announcements for the round. But Donovan just clocked out. That's not, in this game, that's not an automatic loss like it would be in some other board games or tabletop games. But Donovan's not allowed to do any voluntary actions anymore. He can basically take saves to defend his guys. But other than that, he's just sitting in place. And this is a huge advantage. Dan's got several minutes now to just move and do whatever he wants with no retribution from Donovan. I don't know if it's going to be a big enough advantage, right? Because Donovan has OBSEC on various places. I don't know if Dan has enough assets left to really take advantage of this. We'll see. This could be what it takes for Dan to get back in the game. I'm going to let you listen to the players and how they're figuring this out.
I took 3, so...
And he had 1 left, so he takes 2. Okay. So he's down to 2. None of your characters are hurt, right?
No.
Who's the weakest character? The apothecary?
Yeah.
And then what's his, does he have an invul?
No.
And then what's his save?
Just armor.
Just armor?
Yeah, regular power armor.
4.5. 2. As long as I get the big enough charge there, I take that away. 2 Just one chance to get obstacle on there. And you can kill characters, but you can't actually kill anything. You don't roll any attack. So all I care about is killing characters. So I don't care about them because they can't move, but I can charge and then to fight. Yeah. Okay. All right. So into everything into the apothecary. So the heavy. So 1 at rend 1, 2 damage.
1 at rend 1. Nope.
And then the other one.
On that. Save one of those. Okay. Save one
And then 2 more no rends.
2 more no rends. 3 up on that.
And then 2s, 4s, 1 more rend 1.
That one's good.
Okay. And then charges. So the venom.
Oh, I need to take the paint on those 2. No good.
Homunculus. Venom. 3s now he is. So 2 at rend 1. Immortal. Whiffs. I'll CP reroll that. Does hit. 2s. 4s. And then 1 more mortal. 2 more at rend 1.
The mortal's gonna kill me if I don't save this.
Okay.
I'm dead.
Okay. And then that charge. Only one guy gets to fight.
Okay.
2 hits, 3 hits. Poison 4. 2, 1 at rend 1, 1 at rend 2. On your marks.
1 at rend 1. Good. And 1 at rend 2. Not good.
Okay.
I guess kill this guy.
Yep. So that's the game basically. Just whatever's left is left, right? So you do get Stranglehold on the last turn. There's nothing I can do to not get you, to make sure you couldn't get that, right? Because you own 2 and I only own 1.
Yeah.
You have to hold 3. You have to hold 3 for Stranglehold.
Oh, then he got a bunch of Strangleholds he shouldn't have got.
What? I moved on to
Because you
these
2 to 1'd me a couple of times, right?
No, but I was always these turners have been here for like 2 to 3 turns, and then I kept.
Well, you don't get Stranglehold this time. You got it for 3 turns. So
Okay.
And then I got another 3 assassinate points. And you're gonna hold 1, hold 2. At the end, no matter what you do. So I think I win by 5. It looks like.
Oh wow.
Is that right?
There's no to the last points.
Oh, he gets all this to the last. No, you win.
15 on that.
You smoke. You win by 10.
Okay.
I can't forget about to the last. Yeah, 45, 55.
Yeah.
Terrible game. Low scoring. Good game, sir.
Yeah. Good game.
All right, so we have
This part was bad.
so we have a final score. We're going to give the players just a second to pack up, and then we'll get Donovan and Dan over here to talk about their game quickly for the post game. Hey, Donovan. You want to come talk about your game? Well, hi, Donovan. I think this is the first time we've met in person.
I think so.
Yeah. So Donovan's a new member of our team, playing one of our better guys. What'd you think of the game? Obviously, you won.
Yeah.
What are your impressions on how?
So Dan's list is very different than normal.
You changed it. Changed it up on us. That's okay. Do we need to double check the score one more time? Okay. Yeah. All right. So we have enough. Do you want to go double check the score?
Sure. Why not?
All right. We got a scoring issue. They're gonna count it. They're gonna count it together. It looks like maybe Dan nudged it out. Yeah. So here, let's go to the full scoreboard. Dan got 12 points for Rod, killed 2 characters for 6, heard the praise, maxed out, heard the prey. Okay. To the last max. Stranglehold looks correct.
We literally.
You guys. You guys.
That's my life. Yeah.
All right. All right. All right.
Oh my goodness.
So add assassinate. The score is still not right. The score is still not right on the app.
Okay, here.
The app. You're missing assassinate points for Donovan. All right. Yeah, yeah. There we go. Okay. All right. Okay. So the end result's still the same. The score's tighter.
Very
The
tight.
score's tighter than we thought. All right.
Extremely tight.
All right.
Yeah.
All right.
I went from being 10 to 1 point, and then it flipped twice.
Yeah. Well, it flipped because you guys
Yeah, well,
don't
okay.
keep track of the
fair
score.
Enough, fair enough, but
Anyway, how'd you feel going into the game?
terrible. This is
Yeah.
the highest terrain board, here at the match.
Yeah.
And you're playing Dark Eldar. You got to be scared about.
Yeah, but the terrain's in a very disadvantageous place because the center objectives are you can't hide and get those objectives, right? So I think at the beginning, Dan had mentioned this is one of the worst missions for Dark Eldar.
I agree. The mission's not good for him. Yes, I agree with that.
The mission comboed with the way that the layout works, nowhere to hide on the center is pretty rough. But anyway, anything that you would have done different? Anything that you think went particularly well or bad?
So something that went bad for him and well for me. There was 2 attack bikes that I had blocking from 3 of his characters getting into my character. That was huge that I saved. I did make a -1 to hit, a little bit harder to get through,
Sure.
but I probably still should have lost them.
Sure.
So that was a decent swing there. A misplay I made was not killing the guys in the back for his last rod points. Made it very close. But Dan was a total gentleman. He helped me on one play, and then when he was trying to make a play to get on my objective, I told him I was obsec and that he should just rod instead.
Sure.
So I thought that was gentlemanly of him to do.
Those attack bikes that block charges, was that round 3 when the Succubus and
think it
Drazar
was,
were trying to assault into like your
Yeah, they had to go into the bikes because there just quite wasn't enough room. So I was trying to block it off there.
So I think watching it, that felt like a pivotal turn. If the Incubi and Drazar and the Succubus all get into more meaningful thing, and then the last few turns of the game are mostly then just your Terminator block versus all of Dan's kind of MSU stuff. That certainly would have made up a differential.
Yeah, I think
of
he
1
would have
point.
picked up 2 more characters there, pretty easy. If he had gotten through.
Yeah. Anyway, well, excellent, very close game, very gentlemanly attitude, which is always great.
It's always good playing Dan.
Yeah, yeah. Anyway, we'll probably see you back here in about an hour
Sounds good,
for
man.
the championship round. Do we know who won on the second table? Tyler won.
So
So
the
it's probably going to
tournaments.
be you and Tyler for the next game.
Sounds like it.
That'd be interesting.
Yeah.
All right.
He's a good player too. Yeah, well, we always play each other in a
Right.
tournament, so that means I guess we're decent. Yeah. Sweet.
All right.
Yeah, lucky. Yeah, that's what I'll say today. All
Well,
right.
all right. I want to see if Dan wants to come
Sure,
over and talk
of
for
course.
just a second.
Appreciate your time.
Yeah, absolutely. Dan, you want to talk or no? All right.
How goes it, brother?
Good. You? Weekend?
So?
Cool. It's an extremely close game.
Yeah.
A couple of things were stacked against. As a fellow Dark Eldar player, I thought mission sucks.
No, this is the best mission for him against Dark Eldar.
Yeah. That mission's awful. I also I commented those center objectives. There's nothing to hide behind.
Yeah.
Right. So everything that goes out to the center just dies.
Yeah.
So that's rough.
No, I told Donovan before we started, I said, you got me on the mission you wanted. There's one other one that's almost bad, the centerline one. This train.
What do you think? So you mentioned you didn't want to go first.
Yeah, absolutely.
What if you had just sacked your first turn and stayed?
So
hidden in
what I probably
everything.
should have done, just because the mission is I should have reserved the 2 witch boat. and then brought them in and done the 1 speed to get out charge. And I didn't do that. I was a little bit worried with all his game moves that he without in me. I made the mistake with the Venom. Obviously, I moved the Venom before I do the homunculus thing. Obstack, that cost at that point. So I lost the game because I made a mistake. Anything else,
Sure.
That was completely in my control, and I made it.
So would you have kept the same basic strategy then?
I think so, because the problem is, so it goes first, and I don't have 21 witches, both. Then he can press up to the center board, and at least I lose 2 turns of trying to get him out of it. So, because the bike screened me out, control all 3 objectives per turn, which is an idea, right? So, I thought he would hit less on 3s and 4s. Nothing you can do about that. Oh, -1. Oh, you're hitting on 4s. Oh, well, they all hit it. Like, there's nothing you can do about that. The -1 is, again, one of those swingy things, right? Sometimes it matters. But no, I don't know that I've played strategy-wise before, but I definitely should have moved that Venom first, check that obstacle. And then I think even Mortals and everything else would happen as well. I think I rolled a 5 and he would have been at -.
So all the mortals from the Phantasm grenades, so you've been playing that in your Dark Eldar lately. Do you like that? It seems like
it's a little swingy, but for the points cost, total it's like 45 points on my list.
Yeah.
There's no 45 points I could put into my list that would be better than those 45 points. So against like Dark Eldar, it's not as good, or against people running chaplains, but like you don't play that much Dark Eldar, Dark Angels anymore. Our local meta has probably more. So if I was like tuning for local meta, maybe not. But with the homunculus being able to go out and do what it does, generally pretty reliably, a little tricky. I don't know.
So it's 45 points for all the Phantasm, but are you taking more Grizzly trophies than you normally would?
No, I would always take those. Yeah, I like those because the low cost, and again, unless you're playing people cap or wasting or sisters when they can't modify their thing, it's pretty effective. Because a lot of times, even just losing one body on it, like on those bikes, bodies, and then it allows people to fail on failing.
Sure.
You kill one model out of a chicken walker unit, still fail.
Sure.
Right? So they can lose a valuable model. Buggies, same thing. Works. Sure. It actually is very valuable. Works in AdMech. So I worry more about works in AdMech than about Dark Angel. Again, if you get this mission, then the other low. But like I said, I don't know. Again, if I move my Venom or I do my 3d6, I win the game. So really, this boils down to I'm an idiot. That's all that matters to me. That's all that matters.
Small decisions, close game.
Yeah, 100%.
Yeah.
So it's tough for me. I'll probably watch the replay, but I generally don't myself up stuff like strategy or anything if I made bad decisions, right? Because
it's hard to know if it was a good strategy if you're not executing.
Yeah. And I knew it was going to be a close game. I knew it was going to be a low scoring game because it's a 4 objective mission. If he takes a army block and spreads out objective, which he didn't do early, which surprised me. He left his character exposed and he just made all his 3 up. There's nothing you can do about that. Again, but those kind of things, how you rate them, or like how much credit you give them. I try to focus on the things that I did wrong. That one play, that's why he got out. That's why I moved back. Did it, which dumb. Like that's all it is. So, and then not realizing that he had obstac on his character. But he was like, oh, yeah. Obviously.
Yeah, you guys are very.
I feel like we worked some stuff out.
Collegial, is that the right word?
Yeah, sure.
Right.
Yeah.
It was
sportsmanlike. Yeah.
Sportsmanlike.
Sure. Yeah, I probably shouldn't have told him that. Again, that would have cost him 5. My mistake about what I would have done with the Raider, right?
Sure.
But I don't know how I play. And this is mostly our better. Right?
Yeah,
so,
it's almost it's 2/3 Smite Club.
Yeah, so I want everybody to get better. The L's and the W's and L's don't matter. You always want to win, right? But if everyone's getting better, I feel like that. So stuff, and even if it wasn't, yeah, and I'll have to watch the game where I make a strategy mistake, and I feel that one, nothing else matters. That mistake. It doesn't matter. That's kind of it. Didn't matter. I could have played brilliantly, made that mistake, lost. And I don't know that there were any like abs. Maybe I did other than that one. Or like you said, do I sack?
That would be the only thought that I had. But again, yeah, I don't know if his whole army is very durable. If his whole army just parks stable, I don't know if you have enough scale.
Yeah, and I thought Herd the Prey would be the difference in that game. So I wanted to. One of the reasons I kind of came forward is because I knew if I came forward, it's going to be competitive. Have to come forward, then I would give me that first or for the Prey points really easy. He never cleared the table. Very so at that point, all I need. I thought that Herd the Prey would be the difference, honestly. Again, mistake. I get 12 on Rod. So the strategic mistake I made, twofold. I shouldn't have thrown my characters forward at all. But he was rolling so hot on his saves, I was just worried that, like, if those bikes live on that objective and they're obsec and I'm not, I'm just screwed, right?
Yeah. So in hindsight, characters didn't.
They did nothing.
They did nothing for
Valuable.
the 9 points.
10 points they
lost
gave
on
up.
the second.
Yeah.
So, yeah. I don't know that I would have predicted that going in. I would have predicted that they would have
at least
wrecked
traded.
face, killed out his character.
Well, and then I
then-
forgot that the stupid crates are scalable, so I should have put Drazar into.
Yeah.
You get 5 inches vertical engagement range, could have got him. And that was me again. A mistake I made where I'm just like, idiot, you go up, great, flip 5.
Yeah.
So that was that's a mistake I made. So when it's hard to look at strategy. I don't think dice were terribly odd. He probably overrolled hits, especially with stuff 5s more, but that can happen, right? And I'll go back and I'll watch it. Track it. I'll see how far out of.
Sure.
Because that a lot of times will tell me how much I learned from a game. The dice variance, especially in critical, bad. Sometimes you're like, well, you can't really object side if that was bad. Far out of. But the fact that my character did nothing and killed like attack bikes and stuff. That's not what they need.
No. Yeah.
You know? I mean, the succubus went in and killed his chaplain, which was good. And again, I gotta stop running. I never win the roll off ever. I never win. If I hold that chaplain in combat for another turn,
yeah. I don't.
You win it all.
Like
you
witches.
always
I
win that
do,
because you always win the roll off. Yeah.
Which,
so I've won one roll off the entire time I've run.
kind of tie up like.
Sure. Yeah, I know. But you think I'd be better than if.
Yeah. Well, we're talking into lunch, buddy. I'll try and get out of here.
Gonna come go to lunch?
So,
Yeah, go do
I'll be
something.
there in just a second. Let me
All right.
sign off here real quick. So everybody, if you're watching live with us, we are running about a half an hour behind schedule. So that means our last round, our championship round, will start at 1 o'clock Mountain Standard Time for whatever that is, wherever you're at. If you're watching this on the replay, all 5 of the rounds are in a playlist for all the Ocotillo Onslaught 2021. Please check it all out. If you like what we do, please subscribe, comment, etc. Otherwise, I'll see some of you in about an hour for the championship round between Dark Angels and Forces of the Hive Mind. Take care and see you soon.